Baller alert, calling out baller alert. Got no problems with baller alert, but everybody on baller alert and anybody else out there talking shit about me, here we go.
Meerkat Mob.
The champ.
Oh! I can make your girl stop what she's doing and turn around.
Bro, immediately buffer. Immediately buffer. You can't even listen to a song? Are you fucking serious? Oh, fuck's sake, piece of shit. It was supposed to be a decent intro. Hold on. What is it? Is the bitrate too high? I think it might be. Because now I'm streaming just on YouTube. God damn it.
I can drink about 15 beers or maybe 25. It depends on the kind.
All right, let's go back up. Nobody saw that.
Interesting facts about
Meerkat
Europe
Mob.
in the
Meerkat Mob.
But it doesn't mean anything if you ain't here with me, because I need you and you need me. 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 I can make your man stop what he's doing and walk straight up to me and fucking knock me out. I can bring a type of vibe to a party that nobody likes, and I'll make everybody sad.
The champ is
You
here.
got some historical facts about World War II and other things. But it doesn't mean anything if you ain't here with me, cause I need you and you need me. 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 Did you know that the last Japanese soldiers surrendered in 1998? And they were actually, it was commonplace to use bears in the Polish army. And another interesting fact is that most deaths happened in pilot school, I believe. I can make a girl stop what she's doing and turn around and watch me do my little
Meerkat Mob.
dance.
Meerkat Mob.
I can drink about 15 beers or 25 and
Thanks for mentioning the black screen. I actually forgot to run the intro.
drop some historical facts about wars and
Because this is the new stream. It's an improved stream or something.
doesn't mean anything if you ain't here with me, cause I need you and you need me.
Dog. Meerkat Mob.
All right. Let's get into it. Roll the other intro. Let's get panicked and flail around and not know what's going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Introducing the
Dobry den,
chocolate
Sesko se halasi duslas.
No, shut up. Too much talking. Too much talking. I don't get to flex the layout. Welcome. This is the Swaycast remastered with a new gimmick. No, it's the same gimmick. It's just a different layout. Let me see here. We got to do shout outs first. Let's do introduction. Welcome everybody. This is the Swaycast 85 or something. Oh, one of my gimmicks is broken. The recent thing. I'm going to fix it later. Anyways, welcome. Whatever time it is to you. It's the early afternoon where I'm from. And yeah, we're going to be rocking. We're going to watch some Phil. There's a chance I'm going to have something happen at work that's going to demand my attention, but it's been a slow day, so it should be fine. But in case something happens, I'll just play some video of somebody else talking about this guy, and you can just watch that instead until I come back. Now, shout out to Jade for this message. Big ups for the $1 tip, Jade. Or it's not going to give the... Okay, we're going to go back to here. Okay. We play it now. It works. Everything works this time. I promise.
Hey Bob, I see you streaming. Am I no believe, but I happy now. I feel 100. Hope you stream more. You see.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm trying to do basically, especially when I have days where I'm just sitting around working from home, not doing anything. I might as well just stream some Dave, because why the fuck not? So yeah, thanks Jade. Big ups to Grazing Poro for the check super chat. Wow, check this out.
Dobry den, Sesko se halasi duslas bi biceps. Check your bicep saluting phase.
Shout out Sesko se halasi duslasby, dude. That's fucking epic. Big ups Infamous KS for 7 months and Oink Oink Kakak for 12 months. Let's get some subs and get to the next big number of subscribers. Anyways, enough of this bullshit introductions and fucking begging for money. Shout out RS Nerd for 17 months. Anyways, enough of this now for real this time. We can look at some tweets first, I guess, because is the easiest way to catch up. And then we're going to watch the pre-stream from literally last night, which is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. It's probably not. But the funny thing is, he got like $30-something in total, because now, unlike when I used to actually stream, now he counts everything. And back then it was just tips. And when he made like $20 in tips, everybody was making fun of him. But then simultaneously he would make like $100 on super chats and all the other shit. Now he counts all of this. And yesterday on the day stream, he got like $30 and was very upset. And there's a bunch of other scams that he did. You can see here, I bookmarked some tweets. We got the Morning After Kill, which I think is a podcast, I think, was in his chat. DSP again is begging for money to drink. Everything, like, it's all off now. We just balls to the walls on the gimmicks. We just doing whatever the fuck is going to get the money. Which, I would expect DSP to do, but not right now. Maybe a few years from now when he's more desperate and a lot more pathetic. But everything has been accelerated so fast for him that we could be looking at the next, like, actual few years be the bottom of the bottom that he can get of being pathetic. Now I guess he's drinking White Claws on stream, just casually drinking. So yeah, things are not good here. And as you can see, this new camera that he's got, well, it's not new by now, but this camera POV, this camera placement that he's got is fucking terrible. He looks like dog shit. His hairline is fucked up in 15 different ways. His goatee is fucked up. He looks bloated. His nose looks like an alcoholic. Absolutely, absolutely fucking ridiculous. And the outfit from yesterday was even worse. But let's watch some of those clips. They're like 30 seconds long anyways, at most.
Burn your eyes out of your head, hot pink. All right. I guess we're doing it.
Either way, it's gross. Oh no, it's egregious.
I said I would do it, so we're going to spend all this money on hot pink. Here we go.
Yeah, this your boy. He wants $20 to pick the color of a truck. But because of course it is. Now we got, again, drinking for money on stream. Another great DSP gimmick. Shout out to the former alcoholic DSP. Is the White Claw 8%? That's a lot. That's more than the beer that I have. Beer I usually have is like 5%.
20 subs then. But see, here's how it works. You gift the 20 subs, and then I'll be like, oh, this guy's serious about support. Maybe to reciprocate, I go downstairs and I get the moonshine and I take a sip of it.
What? To reciprocate? What are you, fucking gay?
Okay?
Do we need to do all this pathetic shit?
But that's how it works. It's not...
That's how it works. It's transactional. It's literally transactional. This guy that was fucking flailing and yelling at people about how donating to him is not transactional and you shouldn't expect anything for giving him money is now transactional.
If I take a...
No, it's reciprocation. It's not a transaction. It's just a reciprocation. Much like a prostitute reciprocates a pussy in your face when you give her $100. That's the type of reciprocation we get.
moonshine.
It's not transactional at all, you guys.
That you're gonna give me 20 subs and then you never do. That's not how it works. You have...
And then you lie to him about giving him money, which this, by the way, like trolling him in that way is fucking awesome. Is promising to give him money and then not giving him money because he just falls for it. He's so stupid and basic and such an idiot that he just falls for this shit.
First, okay.
There was this guy, the 6K statue guy, a couple of years ago. I think it was like 2019 when he was like really bad for money. Someone offered to buy his statues at the time, and his statues were trash and most of them were scuffed or broken. But this guy was pretending he would buy them, and DSP was sending him photos of the statues at like 3 a.m. He was falling for the bait so hard. And then he found out it was bait, and like always, he just turned into some kind of a weird victim. Which is great.
Speaking of moonshine, Moonshine Mill right there.
Whoa. That means someone should give you $100.
Go ahead, drop the 20 subs right now. And I will grab the moonshine and take 2 sips of it because that's the equivalent of a shot. There you go.
And then he already has it figured out. He's going to take exactly 2 sips because it's just like a shot. Sounds good to me, dude. So we got more begging.
Anyway, guys, for those who were here for 4 hours of progress in Clair Obscure, thank you. For the few who did support the stream, thank you. I appreciate you. It sucks. I don't know.
What about everything else? Did everybody else that just watched the stream and enjoyed it, can they eat shit? Do they have to go fuck themselves? Are they trash?
No.
But yeah, thank you, the people, and you specifically and exclusively, the people who gave me money. Everybody else eat my ass.
What happened today? I mean, I'm playing
Again, one of my favorite DSP moments is when he flails and asks what happened in the context of him not getting money, which is incredible.
Coming up next week, and I definitely...
It's like he's been so conditioned and brainwashed, quite literally brainwashed by people giving him money, that he thinks that whenever he's not being given money, it's some sort of like an anomaly. Something is happening with the world. There's some sort of cataclysm coming soon.
Oh.
In the reality, I think, of course, it's my opinion, the reality is that he's scared, and he's paranoid, and he's anxious, and every $100 that he gets from some pay pig is giving him comfort, and is making him feel validated, and is making him feel like he can keep doing this forever, even though that's obviously not true, and eventually we will find that out. But right now, he is just very scared and very paranoid that something bad gonna happen, and he's going to be a broke bitch again, and he's going to cry for money and beg for money again, which will inevitably happen. Like, we've seen DSP history, we've seen pigstory, and we know this will eventually happen because it is him, and things always happen with him.
That we're going to have people showing up, and we're going to have progress, but we're also going to have support. I don't know. You know, I love it. I really do love this game. It's
He loves it.
RPGs
And this is a great manipulation again. Guys, I'm loving this. What's wrong with you? I just want to convey to you that I am having a great time. Therefore, the fault is in you. And you should step up. And by step up, I mean give me more money.
million years.
Not even more money. The money that I would like to get specifically.
So, all right. Until next time, everyone. Thank you. See you then. Anyway, guys, for those who were here for 4 hours of progress.
Okay, next clip. Shout outs to the people that I'm showing. For the most part, is gonna be Poem's tweets. But if you see somebody else, just shout out to them too. Shout out Derek, the 220th, and everybody else.
Interactive streaming. Please come interactive streaming. Please come by and please support that stream.
Yeah, we had a big tweet yesterday.
Anyway, make up some you know, some of the stuff, the fact that we didn't even get close to hitting a goal here. All right? Hopefully he'll interact.
And I love the whole brainstorming he does every time a game doesn't make as much money as he wants, because it's useless mental effort being spent for no reason. Like, he's not gonna figure it out. He's not gonna figure out why someone didn't give him $100. That's like walking on the street and wondering, oh, why can't I find $100 on the street? He's not going to figure it out. He's not going to figure out what he can do to make more money. It's just like literally wasting his own time thinking about it. And I love that he has to do it so often. So now I'm going to go on the They Call Me DSP Twitter, the best Twitter. And we're going to see the beg tweet. Here it is. I think it's here. Yeah, here it is. Classic, vintage, dark side Phil begging tweet. Humiliating, degrading, bitchy, and crybaby-ish. So let's get to see it. We made great progress in the 4-hour stream of Claire Obscure today, but it was the lowest supported stream I've done so far in 2025 by a huge margin. We're more than halfway in, and I love this game. So I do not want to drop it. Hope for a turnaround, and that this isn't a pattern. Oh no, what's gonna happen, Phil? How many games has he actually fucking finished this year? I think somebody made a list, and the list fucking scares me. It terrifies me. Because this used to be the guy that even out of stubbornness would finish everything. And at some point, even though his playthroughs are garbage, and his gaming is garbage, like the gameplay is trash, but he became sort of, I guess, known as a reliable guy when it comes to completing games and putting out the whole playthrough. And nowadays is like, first of all, the whole playthrough is tainted by begging. He begs every like 30 seconds, which if you watch it on demand and you can't physically give him money, it's just a distraction from the gameplay. It's just something that takes your mind off the content you should be paying attention to, and you think about something that you can't even do anything about. So let's see. Let's see some of the replies, because the replies on DSP tweets are always better than the DSP tweets. Come on, guy. I'm really enjoying this game. Support has dried up, and I don't know why. Please support this stream. I don't want to drop the game, but this is my business, so step up and stop withholding tips to the last minute. So this is like another guy begging, also like begging as DSP, and he got more likes than DSP got on his fucking tweet, which is great. It's great. Everybody can ratio him. We got red square emoji here that I guess just posts red squares, and they replied with a red square. And we have this artwork that is pretty good. We have here, it will be really cool if someone can give me 100 so we can keep the dent streak alive, where you give me $300 a day until I die by playing video games. Well, at least, you know what? If anything. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Grazing Poor. I'm going to look that up right now, since we're still on the topic of rage quitting. What was I thinking about? You made me forget. Oh, yeah. Eventually, when he dies by playing video games, which is going to be hilarious, is going to be a very funny moment. So maybe all of this is worth it. Or he's going to be like a little bitch, and he's just going to die off camera. Which is going to be trash. I would not like that. We need to do that live on stream. That would be great content. So let me just here open this. So this is supposed to be an image. Let's see if I can get it nice centered. Of all the games that he has quit, I think. So we have wage quit total. I'm just going to read the bottom here, and I'm going to post... Is there a way I can post this actually in the chat? I don't know. I don't think if you're not in the Discord, you shouldn't be able to see it. But whatever. I'll post this on Twitter or something after the stream. So this is a list of the games that he's played and how many of them he has quit. So it says here, wage quit without marathon is 23%, and wage quit total is 38%, which is pretty fucking crazy. It's pretty fucking crazy. Because this guy used to be defiantly finishing all the games that he was finishing. And now it's just like, whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck. Super desperate. He turned his back on his actual dents that supported him from day one. The actual dents that still remember when people actually kind of liked him a little bit. But those people are drying out. So eventually no one will remember but Phil. And no one's going to trust him either. Imagine like 5 years from now. Well, I actually was very well liked in the early 2010s. And then nobody's going to trust him because the last 20 years he's been a piece of trash that nobody likes. All right. Let's get into the daily wrap, and then I will check out the Memorial Day rant since Captain 187 in chat saying it's good. So let's get some shout-outs first. Let's get some shout-outs. We start with whatever the TTS says. Shout out RS Nerd for 17 months, dude.
Baller alert.
Big ups Meerkat and chat. I miss the Swaycast. Also, is Sam dead?
I don't know. I haven't talked to Sam or heard anything from Sam for months, so maybe RIP, I guess. Shout out Mr. Extravagant, dude. Big ups.
I know I am the only person dented enough to find this Pastor Miller apology from when you were gone.
You might be.
Literally day SP. He changed. Starts at 3:28 when you have time.
Okay, let's do it real quick
What
now.
happened during the Clunacon Pokemon Rent 2? Big ups Sir Meerkat.
What? What happened during the classic? Oh, yeah, dude. When he called them lazy. That was so good. It was like, yeah, what happened, you guys? I'm sitting here, I'm voice acting, I'm having fun. But I think some people are fucking lazy. Yeah, so this is why Hulk Hogan is rightfully hated. How Donald Trump reveals who you are by vote? What the fuck, bro? Okay, so this, you say it starts at 3:28.
Foreshadowing is a
3:28. I'm just probably going to hear like a minute. Because this is from 4 months ago. If you don't know who the Pastor Eric Miller is, I mean, don't. It's a dead lol cow. But dead in like the sense of, I don't know. He's not interesting anymore. Or maybe he is, brother. Maybe I just stopped caring.
Thank you.
Oh my god. We got the GOAT reference? No way.
Hopefully, I won't lose my crap. Now, first and foremost, I have to tell you, I have sinned so greatly by letting my language, my anger, of all of 2024, 2023, and I'm sorry if it offended anybody in the sense of the language that I used.
What is he even trying to do at this point? Because, like, this guy went from a religious channel to a detractor channel to an anti-detractor channel to a red pill alpha male advice channel to what I can only describe as I hate my wife channel. I don't even fucking know.
Please accept my apology. Sometimes my attempts of fun and games can go way below the belt, and it's definitely not indicative of someone that is a disciple of Christ. And I have proven, without a shadow of a doubt, to be a disciple of Christ. Now, why would I say that after making this apology?
I also thought he decided to not be a Christian anymore.
Well, because you'd have to understand something about being a disciple of Christ, that every single one of us falls short. We don't use that as an excuse.
Oh, I'm a fallible human. This is the fallible human.
Pray for forgiveness.
Bro, just fucking double down, for fuck's sake. Just double down. Just say, fuck you, I like that, I like shitting on you, and if you hate me, I understand why. And if you don't hate me, then fuck you too. Eat my ass. I don't fucking know. I would respect him more if he doubled down. I hate these fucking YouTuber apologies. Because it's always just a template. It's a checklist. They're all the same shit. Just fucking be yourself. Step up and just talk shit and do whatever the fuck you want.
Good example of that. When they tried to protect Jesus, picked up the sword, lopped off the man's ear. Man's name became known in the Bible just for that action that a disciple did. I think that's the unfairness that people, that many that have fallen away.
Okay, yeah, I had enough. This guy just talks too much. Maybe someday I'll put it in the background and he's gonna say something interesting and I'll make a song out of it. But big up Spikes for the $3 and also sending me this. So I'm gonna keep track of it. Now, finally, let's get into the daily rap. Let's get some rap.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what
His microphone is like 10 times worse than his previous microphone.
was Tuesday, the
It's just so flat in nothing.
27th of May, 2025. A great streaming day. Fun to be had, but also, with Clear Obscure, it just didn't go according to plan, to be honest, all right? So let's talk about it and what really happened and what went wrong and try to figure out exactly how we can change this in the future, all right? So today...
I don't know why he thinks that I'm going to give a fuck about that. Or his chat or viewers are going to give a fuck about that. I don't understand. Like, bro, I don't even care about this when people do this shit at my actual job. And they're like, oh, team, we need to do this and this and this and this. And I'm like, okay, I'll just, like, do whatever the fuck I always do, and I will get paid, and I'm not gonna do anything more or less. So yeah, I don't know why a gameplay streamer
And the reason being is because people
would
hey, you don't
would make me care about it.
every day unless you have important topics to talk about, or maybe we haven't had a chance to do like a chill Q&A session in a few days. It'd be great if you can make more advancement in the games you're playing so it doesn't take as long to get through them. So last week, I tested this with Doom: The Dark Ages. Admittedly, it worked. We ended up finishing Doom in a...
Oh, by the way, let's do an outfit check. This outfit is bombastic in like a terrorist way and not a, you know, metaphoric way. It's terrible because simply look at his sleeves. Like, the sleeves of his shirt are longer than the sleeves of the overshirt. The pattern doesn't match, like, the color of the shirt. It's just your typical ugly DSP outfit. And as I always say, with his completely fucked up shape of his head and completely fucked up shape of his hairline, nothing will ever look good on him besides maybe a body bag. So that's what we got right now.
Great amount of time so that we could then move on to making more progress in the games that we were playing. So I did the same thing today with Clair Obscure Expedition 33. I said, we will not do a podcast. Instead, let's just play Clair Obscure for a good 4+ hours. Let's make as much progress as we can, and that'll help us, you know, with our playthrough. The problem with Clair Obscure is we've been playing it for over a month, and it just doesn't seem like a lot of people are showing up for it anymore. Now, the playthrough itself is at, I think, 27 parts, but if you look at the actual length of the parts, they've all been between like an hour 15 to an hour 30. So the playthrough is arguably between 30 to 35 hours at this point. We're nearing the end of Act 2, from what I'm being told. And then there's Act 3, which apparently is really short. It's just the story finale. But in Act 3, apparently a bunch of side content opens up. So if you want to extend...
It's like, why are you giving me spoilers for the game, dude? Just, like, play it. I'm not supposed to know this. I'm supposed to watch you, through your perspective, play the game and get the content this way. I'm not supposed to fucking know how long the game is and when it's going to end and all this, like, meta information about it.
Playthrough you can. My approach has been... play through the story, right? But then if new side content opens up that's available, try it out. If it's too hard, then so be it. Come back to it later. But in a lot of the cases, the side content that's been red danger actually has been beatable by me.
Because you're over-leveled.
Because I'm really good at parrying.
Oh, he's really good at parrying. Of course he is. Well, maybe he is. I mean, parrying is not that difficult in that game. So...
Why am I good at parrying? Well...
Because, let me guess, because he's played Dark Souls and Elden Ring in Sekiro. Because he beat the final boss of Sekiro in one try.
because I've been a full-time gamer for over 15
Yeah.
years.
But why are you dog shit at Doom then? If you're a full-time gamer for over 15 years, why are you trash at fucking Doom? Why are you awful at fucking Kirby? Why'd you rage quit Kirby if you're such a good gamer?
Because
It's so lame. Like it makes me embarrassed on his behalf for him being a middle-aged man bragging about being good at video games. And he's not even good at video games. He's bad at video games. In the best case, like at his peak, he is mediocre at video games.
I play competitive fighting games like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and so having timed inputs and parrying and things like that in other games, Sekiro, for example,
Nah, bro, it's just not a difficult game.
is kind of a part of something that I've mastered. I get better at it the more I do it, and playing this game, fighting enemies that
He's mastered it, by the way. Go watch his Sekiro playthrough to see how he mastered it. Go check it out right now.
above my level, just parrying them allows you to beat them. Sometimes it's a war of attrition where you really have to survive a lot, but it's worked. I've been able to overcome adversity and beat tough stuff that probably most people said, I'm too low level, I'll come back later to fight it.
Or maybe they didn't. Maybe they just defeated them first try. Why don't you like to think about that? Maybe that happened. But then Phil wouldn't be a good gamer. So we're just like inventing a reality where people are bad at video games, and Phil is much better than all of them.
So because of that,
So
I've been exploring
based.
side dungeons and
He
options.
should invent a reality where he has a personality that people don't think is fucking dog shit. You should try doing that. Maybe AI can help him. Maybe AI can generate him a personality and a hairline and an outfit that looks good on him. And maybe AI can generate him a normally shaped head.
Optional boss fights and things that a lot of people skipped and came back to later, and people are now saying, oh, you're way over level. Well, I didn't make the game. I didn't put the side content in it. I didn't make it available when they did. If it really was intended to be played where you skip all side content until you're exactly the level where you can beat it, then they should have unlocked it at that time. Not, oh, it's all available to you now, but just skip it because you'll over level if you beat it. That's silly. And to be honest, some of the best times I've had in this game were actually mastering the parrying enough.
But isn't the thing about side content in video games is that if you do all of it until progressing to the next story point, you will be over-leveled inevitably. You just will be because you've done everything else.
That I could beat a really tough enemy. Okay? So, today we finished up an optional area that
This, I don't even know why I'm bothering to actually even listen to this. Look at the fucking wipe, man. Look at the wipe.
a really
I miss
tough
this.
enemy. Okay? So,
I miss this. Dramatic.
today we finished up
Look at this.
optional-
Ah, god damn it. I missed it.
Okay?
You saw it, right?
So, today we finished up an optional
Whoops. Wipes off his whole face
Oh.
into his pants. It's so fucking greasy. It's like a child would
area
do.
that was not a dungeon, but instead was just like a puzzle. Then we
No.
went right to the story. We played the story for about 90 minutes. So about 2 to 2.5 hours of today's stream was major regular progression. Then guess what happened? Esquie, who's the character that you're riding at
Yeah, I don't want spoilers for this. Because DSP doesn't care. He just gives everybody spoilers. And I'm like 15 hours into it because I just have too much shit to do. And on top of that, too many games
you
to
weren't as
play.
good at parrying, but
Okay, let's get to the point where he talks about money. I think I should be able to guess by the expression he makes. Let me see here. Yeah. This is the part where he talks about money, isn't he? Yeah, let's give it a try.
adventure, they'll come for multiplayer. But when it comes to an RPG, even this, the most well-respected,
Yeah, he's complaining about money.
well-reviewed, everyone loves the RPG, I still can't get people to show up. I don't know what to do. I really don't.
Okay, I'm not
love
gonna say that. It's gonna get me deplatformed.
RPGs. I wanted to play Metaphor.
I don't know what to do to get people to show up. I don't know, man. Maybe you should drink more. You should do drugs on stream. Do some heroin on stream. Do an act of domestic terrorism on stream as a publicity stunt. You should go outside and harass people in the street. That's gonna make people show up to your dog shit RPG streams.
Had to skip it. I wanted to play this game, and it worked for a month. Now, all of a sudden, it doesn't.
Dude, it should work as long as I want it to. Everything I do should be successful for as long as I want it to be. It's not like it's dependent on actual people.
It's the same game. I didn't change it. So what happened?
They got bored.
I don't know.
Maybe you're just bad at the game. Maybe you're just bad at making the build for the characters. Maybe you just play them in an uninteresting way. Maybe your personality is trash. You know what? I'm betting on that. I'm betting on his personality being trash. Because Darkside Phil, and essentially every streamer, is just a dude that you don't know, that you hang out with when you don't have anybody else to hang out with. That's kind of it. When you're riding on the bus or on the subway, shout out to Subway sandwiches, or you're at Subway waiting for your sandwich, you just fucking put somebody on, listen to him, and hang out with him. And DSP is the last guy I would like to hang out with. I would like to hang more than I would like to hang out with Phil.
And no one can seem to give me an answer.
And the only people that want to hang out with him are dented, and they're people that need a father figure, even though I guess they need an abusive father figure, and people that want to power trip on this guy. Like, it's not with good intentions. People don't actually sincerely like him and enjoy him. They have a toxic parasocial relationship to him. And also, yeah, that is true. It's Findom, if they want to financially dominate him.
Now, here's the problem. We're in the end of Act 2. If I were to go straight to the story and finish it up right now, we'd end up in Act 3, in which case I could just beat the game, but then there's a lot of side content that opens up. Do I just steamroll through the game and just beat it and say, that's it? Done? Because I've really enjoyed my time. There's a ton more side content that's opened up that I would like to do. Should I do it? Should I just say to hell with it? I'll be honest. I love the game, but I can't have it that every time I play this game, no one shows up and no one supports, and it's just the dead stream, you know? I can't. Now, the thing is, up to this point, people have supported it. Even though it's been low attendance, people have supported it. Now it seems like that's also changed. So I don't know what to do. I'd like feedback. I'd like to know. I am going to keep playing it next week. Okay, I want to keep it in the rotation. I want to beat it, quite frankly. I already put over 30 hours into it. Like I said, we're probably about 35 hours into this playthrough. So it would suck to just end it now. But I love this game. This might very well be my game of the year pick. I don't know yet. There's a lot more games coming out this year, but it could be.
It could be, you guys. It could be, but I really want to finish it, you guys.
Because of dwindling attendance and support, be like, I have to stop playing it. So, I don't know.
Why, though? Are you this much of a prostitute, Phil? I thought you had a passion for games. You can't find time? Are you trying to tell me that you can't find spare time to finish one of your favorite games of the year if you're so passionate about gaming? Fuck me, dude. I like doing this right now. I like talking trash and streaming, so I'm literally doing it within my working hours just so I could do it because I like doing it. And this guy who's fucking so passionate about video games and his life depends on it, he can't find the time to make a fucking stream finishing the game. Get real, dude. Get fucking real.
I want your feedback, what to do. Do I...
Because, like, with me and the streaming situation is very simple. Like, nowadays, the prime time to stream DSP is in about 6 hours. And I could do that, but I'm just busy during the nights. And I could get a bunch of more views and a bunch of more people would show up and watch it live, and that would be awesome, like it used to be in the past, but I just don't have that much time. So I try and fit it whenever I can do it because I like doing it, and it's a lot of fun talking trash about this guy. And it's very cathartic to shit on him.
All side content and just play the story and finish it and say that's it and then miss out on a lot? Or do I keep playing it the way I am, but take a shot, like shoot myself in the foot here because people will not support it? I don't know. Let's talk about it, okay? And we're going to talk about this on the podcast tomorrow. So anyway, after this stream that I loved but ended up being the least supported in a year and a half, tonight was American Truck Simulator. A lot of people showed up. A lot of people engaged. Great support. We hit the goal, all right? I said to everyone, I like doing Truck Simulator, and if we end up, excuse me, hitting the goal tonight and next week when we play it again, I will invest in this game, and I will actually spend some money on it, and I'll get a wheel and a pedal.
What?
It'll actually be like I'm driving.
Bro, DSP spends money on whatever, anything, dude, all the time. He's buying himself controllers for no reason. He's buying himself cameras and microphones for no reason. But now, he wants to invest. So it's up to you to justify his investment for him to play with a fucking steering wheel.
Hitting the goal tonight and next week when we play it again.
Because, of course, he doesn't... Well, he technically gets the benefit out of the purchase. But he tries to convince you that somehow you want this. Somehow you guys want him to use a wheel and pedals.
I will invest in this game.
And I guess he probably is going to play every racing game with a wheel and pedals because it's the gimmick for racing games. I get that. But it's like trying to make it seem like you should actively want him to do that instead of him just being like, hey, you know what? I think that would be more fun. Let's do that.
And I will actually spend some money on it, and I'll get a wheel and a pedal, so now it'll actually be like I'm driving a truck when I play Truck Simulator. People supported tonight, all right? One person, of course, was a troll, and he goes, oh, go get your moonshine, and if you take a shot of moonshine, I'll do 20 subs. And I said, well, I don't believe you. Give me the 20 subs, and then, you know, we'll do the moonshine. He's like, oh, go get your moonshine. So I got it. Right, here it is, still intact. I haven't had a sip of it since my birthday. Guy lied, so I banned him. He's a piece of crap, you know. But outside of that, great support. Everything was good. Everyone had a great time. And it was a great stream. What I am noticing with Truck Sim is that it's getting tougher because now I own my own truck. It's different because I have to constantly get gas, sleep, maintain the truck, which I keep damaging. And then you get penalties at way stations if it's not maintained. So
okay, this is trash. But we got the point, basically. He didn't get as much money as he wanted, as usual, and then it resulted in the usual. Just guilt-tripping and being abusive to the dents. Which, I mean, the dents deserve it. Fuck the dents. They're idiots. Imagine having literal tens of thousands of streams and videos and posts all over the place telling you how much of a piece of shit this guy is, and you still go out of your way and listen to none of it and just keep supporting him. You deserve to be abused. You deserve to be exploited by this guy. You deserve to be milked for the useless fucking dent you are. So go fuck yourself, buddy. And I hope whoever gives him money and then gets banned, I hope them a very nice go fuck yourself. So, what was the other one? It wasn't a President's Day rant, but some Memorial Day. Let's see what he said about that. Controller day one experience. We got, do we have someone who is not duty? I don't think so. Well, then we're watching it live. And I think I have something to say about the new intro, I think. Again, this is... I hate this intro so much. I hate the editing of it. I hate the face that he's making, like the expression. Because all his expressions are some, like, weird Skinwalker mimicked expression of something that he has seen someone do. Like, a face that he's seen someone do, but he is such a, like, weird alien that he can't actually make that face. He can just mimic it, and it always looks like some AI generated uncanny valley expression. And I think, wow, what
what's going on, everyone?
What is going on, everyone? He put on the KO gaming voice.
Welcome to the show. On today's episode of the Level 1 podcast, it's very chill. We'll be talking a little bit more and following up on my brand new controller, which I tested for an entire day yesterday, to very interesting results that I'd like to share with all of you, because I felt like in some ways this controller was absolutely exceptional, but at the same time, we had a weird thing going on in a particular game. So maybe if we talk about it, we can try to figure...
Actually, I have to say something. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I don't care. I think the shirt, like the overshirt, the green shirt he's wearing, is not all that bad for him. Yes, it kind of makes him look like a janitor, but, I mean, he is, kind of. So, I'm cool.
Figure out what the heck is happening. In addition, We're going to talk a little bit about the schedule this week because I've decided 2 days this week to not do a podcast, to have extended gameplay similar to what we did last week, with Doom the Dark Ages. So we'll have that plus some interaction and good times, all this and more on today's epic episode.
The epic episode. Oh yeah, so he has a new song that's some like AI generated dog shit song.
Attention! The games are about to begin!
Also it makes no sense. Like when you're doing like graphic design or layouts or like packaging for streams and stuff, you should go for cohesion and coherence, because you don't want to have a layout. Let me go back. A layout, like the graphical layout that makes it look like a children's stream, and also the background that makes it look like a children's stream. And then you have this intro that makes it look like a children's stream, but you're blasting like hair metal music from the 80s. Like, it doesn't fucking make sense. And it's not coherent, and it makes you look like you just take everything that people give you, which kind of lowers your value in the public opinion. Like your PR, it lowers your PR. Because you just look like you're just a beggar. You're just gonna take and implement whatever somebody gives you, regardless if it's good or trash. Like, if you want to go with the king gimmick, then at least name your podcast something about a king and dress up like a king, or just like go all into the king stuff. Because like this intro makes no sense. By the way, I love the Roman salute that he does here. This is always a great part. Excellent Roman salute right here. Just as the Romans created it and popularized it in the 1940s. Yeah, in case for the few people that haven't noticed it, now you will have noticed it. Probably a huge fan of Kanye West's new song. Okay, let's skip this. Yeah, it's a terrible song. Goes on for way too long. This is an intro that has no plays being like 2 minutes when nothing happens in it. And I'm done. I'm done complaining about it. So let's skip to, I don't know, here somewhere. I don't even know what I'm looking for in this clip. This is just the whole like 2-hour podcast. Whole hour and 10 minutes.
Very well. And I hope that you guys are excited for all the new stuff. Also keep in mind that there is the possibility that I could play Onimusha 2 whenever I want. So if we happen to get a lull in the gaming and we're like, oh man, we need something new for the rotation, we could always bring in Onimusha 2. Okay? So that's good too. So thank you all. Let's talk about what I was working on all day yesterday, and then what we'll do. Actually, you know what we should do? We want to talk about the schedule. Let's just get the schedule out of the way so you guys know what it is. Let's do it very quickly, okay? So schedule-wise...
Yeah, this is getting skip style. Oh my god, we have a visual now. I have to give him credit where it's due. It used to be a lot worse because he would just tell you what the podcast is, the schedule is, and now he would show you. So it's 0.5% better. But again, he is floating in midair, and the green screen is doing a terrible job. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take my 0.5 point there. Hey, what's up? What's up, Choco Smoke? Have a good day too, dude. See you around, brother.
Clear Obscure with no podcast tomorrow, and then tomorrow night our Truck Sim stream for the week. Wednesday there will be a podcast. Blueprints will continue, and more Minecraft will return. That's right, we're doing a bonus Minecraft stream this week.
Okay, yeah, this is getting skipped. Sometimes I get like stun locked into not even paying attention and being distracted, and then I remember I'm listening to a schedule segment.
I hope, here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that...
Oh yeah, by the way, he is... Oh my god, his Night Rain playthrough is gonna be so dog shit. Because everybody else, all the other streamers, they're gonna be playing together, they're gonna be cooperating and like co-streaming, if that's what it's called, or I don't know. They're gonna be co-op streaming. And then you have Phil, who's gonna sit there by himself and play with randoms and not even like use voice chat or communicate in any way. It's going to be, I kid you not, the worst way to consume playthroughs of Elden Ring Night Rain. The worst way. Because you get a guy who is dog shit at the game. Admittedly, I'm dog shit as well. Who is going to be playing with randoms and not even using voice chat or anything else.
Night Rain has enough content that this doesn't end up being like a 2-stream game. Because I am concerned about that. You know, I saw what the game was like during the network test. And quite frankly, it was great. It was fun and everything. But, you know, once you've run through the map a couple of times, once you've seen all the bosses, there were 6 bosses available in the network test, plus there were mini bosses. Once you've seen all that, it's like there's nothing else to do. All you can do is replay and try to do a better run and maybe level up your class or try a different class. But I don't know how much fun that's going to be. It's going to turn into that whole kind of...
But WW Champions has like exactly 3 mechanics, and he's been playing it for 5 years. What are you going to do? What are the new mechanics you can do?
Fortnite, Apex Legends style formula, where once you drop in and you've seen everything, it's just repetitive. Now, not to say that those games aren't popular. Holy crap, they are. But I think a lot of people are looking at Night Rain thinking, oh, Elden Ring. But the game's not going to play like Elden Ring. It's just not. It'll have the same combat mechanics, but so much else is different with its repetitive nature and grindiness that Elden Ring doesn't really have. So I'm curious how this is going to go. I'm definitely excited to play a lot of it in that first 24 hours. But after those first couple of streams, are people going to want to keep coming by to watch or engage and support with those streams? Also, you got to keep in mind,
and we're already trying to like condition people to showing up again. Bro, put out some good, compelling content, and they're going to show up. And you haven't even done that yet, and you're already complaining about people might not showing up.
it's a
Hey, what's up, Marcus? It's going good, dude.
multiplayer.
I'm trying a new gimmick of streaming during work when I think I'm not going to have work. And so far, it's been doing well. It's been like 1 hour, and I didn't have to do anything. Didn't even have to open Microsoft Teams. And God bless I didn't have to fucking open it.
So at all times, I have to be paying attention to Night Rain. I can't be turning and talking with you guys and interacting. I have to be playing Night Rain. So there won't be a lot of chill interaction and talking and fun during those streams. It's going to be basically me playing the game, much like when I do a fighting game or something like that, right? So I am curious how it's going to go. I'm still getting it, and we're getting it on PC. I'm very excited to see how it runs on my PC. I'll be using
It's going to run well.
this brand new gamepad, as we'll talk about in a moment. I think it's going to be a good time. Again, I'm skeptical. I feel like a lot of people don't understand what the game is because they didn't get into the network test. But the network test showed this is not Elden Ring.
But show them what the game is, Phil. Show them what the game is. And show them that the game is good and that it's fun. And have a fun stream of it. Because you're already blaming the game for not getting money. Like, he's pre-ordering a begging segment.
It's a
Like, you're not going to succeed at at anything with this mindset. You're just not.
very different style game. You know what I mean? Okay. So good stuff coming up. All right. Now, yesterday was my demo day or test.
Oh my God, his hair has got so thin. Oh no. And I know he's a middle-aged guy. It's normal for his hairline to be like this, but it's Dark Side Phil. Of course I'm going to make fun of him for his shitty hair. So he can get even more self-aware about it and even more insecure about it, and we can get him wearing hats and stuff and like weird shit.
Today for my new controller, which was donated by a viewer. It's called the G5 Pro V.
Like with him, he kind of like really encourages trolling him because like I don't even have to have a problem with his shirt or his man tits or his shitty hairline or his snorting or all that shit. I don't have to have a problem with it. But it's his reactions to whenever somebody calls him out on it that makes me want to have a problem with it. It makes me want to complain about it because it's just so much fun and it's working. So, of course. But anyways, let's go back to the controller.
E2 from Mishinike. That's the name of the company, Mishinike. Okay. Or is it Mashinike? I think it's with A, Mashinike, right? Yeah. Here's the instructions. Mashinike gamepad. See that? So, yeah, G5 Pro V2. That's what it's called. So, this gamepad is pretty neat. First off, yes, it has fancy RGBs, okay? And the RGBs are customizable. They can either be solid or they can be pulsating like I have right here. And you could set them to a...
Okay, please, chat, help me out, please. Please, please, I'm begging you, help me out. What is his fascination with RGBs? Me, personally, I don't mind them. I don't buy stuff because it has RGBs. I don't try and synchronize them in a software, whatever, even though I don't see a problem with that. But he seems to have some fucking obsession with RGBs. And of course, you can see what people are saying in chat. Of course, they are saying it's the tism, which, yeah, makes sense, I guess. I don't know much about the tism, but it might be. So there you go.
Wide variety of colors. However,
because like he's selling it to you as if it's something incredible. Dude, this has lights that change colors and sometimes are brighter or darker. It's insane.
the RGBs are basically limited to what's in the controller. You cannot program it to do like special stuff. You can't have it sync with an app. Like I was wondering, could it sync with my RGB app on my computer? The answer is no. So you basically got to...
Also, of course, my question is, why would you need these RGBs when you are not looking at the controller? Matter of fact, you are very much encouraged not to look at the controller all the time. You're encouraged to look at your screen and press the controller with your hands that do not have eyes.
Manually just do a color scheme, and it's only one color at a time. There's not two colors or anything like that, okay? So, this controller has many different features, all right? Its primary... I would say attraction or feature is it is very customizable. You can adjust the sensitivity of the thumbsticks. You can adjust the sensitivity and dead zone of the triggers. You can adjust all of the buttons and remap the buttons to do different things.
But wait, you can do most of that inside the game settings of a game. Every game has like a sensitivity slider and stuff like that, and you can redefine the controls.
It is customizable in that you can buy more parts for it. The actual top of the controller comes off, okay? And then you can put new components in because you can remove the thumbsticks and stuff like that. So that's all cool, you know? I like that idea. It also has turbo functionality, so you can set certain buttons to be turbo buttons. When you just hold down, they'll keep firing. And you can program macros into it, which is pretty...
The actual thing I care about is how many hundreds of dollars was this worth? Is this like some $250 controller?
I've never had like a macro controller before. I don't think I would probably use it because that's kind of cheating. In a video game, if you have a series of inputs that can be mapped to one button, you're kind of cheating the skill challenge of the game.
Oh, what, 40? What?
People do it though. Today, a lot of people...
$40? Why? Why? Hold on. What was that called? Some Chinese shit. I don't know. I forgot. Are you serious?
Use macros. All right. So
I never thought Dark Side Phil would be so fucking broke. He's such a brokey, such a broke boy to buy a $40 controller or a $60 or anything less than like $200. Oh yeah, he did say it was donated or gifted. So yeah. He didn't get to pick it.
That.
Which, surprisingly, I'm pretty sure this is going to turn out that it's a huge piece of shit within a week.
Is available in this controller. The controller works with mobile devices like phones and tablets.
So does the DualShock and everything.
And it works with PC. And I believe it also works with the Xbox.
So does pretty much any other controller that exists out there. Pretty much.
Okay, so it works with...
Because he's trying to... why is he giving you the used car salesman routine? Why are we getting this? It's not that good of a controller, and you don't get anything out of it. You just... It's a thing that you have. But anyways, I'm just nitpicking.
All right? That's really cool. Comes with an adapter. That's 2.4 gigahertz adapter.
I'm on YouTube feature. What is a YouTube feature? Are they going to give me money for that? They better.
Via Bluetooth.
I'm bringing more people to this platform.
Okay, so it has tons of cool features that I didn't even really understand. Now, it also has extra...
And it doesn't have a link.
2 extra buttons up here.
But it has people mentioned in this video as CM Punk. So I guess we're going to have a CM Punk segment that is based.
Buttons down there. However, after testing it over the course of the last 24 hours, sadly, I do have some reports to make about the controller, about its limitations and things that I like and don't like about it. The extra buttons aren't really extra buttons.
Oh my god.
Disappointing. What do I mean by that? The extra buttons
What do you actually mean by that?
are clones of other buttons. Okay? So basically, these two buttons here are clones of the X and Y button. That's it. These two buttons up here are clones of the A and B button. That's it. You can't actually program them to do what you want. And from what I can tell, and maybe someone on the stream knows better than me, you can't deactivate them. And that's kind of a problem. Because as I was playing games yesterday, sometimes my finger would naturally slide to these back buttons and tap it by accident.
Of course it would.
Activate what would happen in the menu. So I was playing Minecraft, and all of a sudden the menu opened. People were like, what?
Yeah, but here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. None of Darkseidphil's experiences with tech are valid because he is a weird alien person. And when you're a weird alien person, the average human specimen can't really relate to you or understand what you're talking about because you do things differently in a weird way. So naturally, I'm not going to trust him with this because I can't trust him with telling me what fucking time of day it is.
My finger tapped the button. You know? So to play with this controller, you would have to actually get so used to not touching these buttons that there's nothing you can really do about it. Now, someone already in chat says, oh, that's not true. You have to map them to do what you want. You're wrong. This controller comes with an app, okay? The app is on your phone. It's Android, iOS.
I love that everything has an app now. It should have AI as well. It should have AI in it. It should have Grok.
You remap all of the regular buttons. So A, X, Y, B, L1, L2, you know, and the bumpers and the thumbsticks. You cannot remap the extra buttons at all. It doesn't let you. They're not even in the app, as if they don't exist. Okay? So it sucks. I wanted to disable those buttons and not have them, and you can't. You cannot remap the buttons. It sucks. So it's kind of a drawback of the controller. You have to be extra careful when you're playing. Don't grip too hard, or you might activate the buttons and have either the Y or X buttons be activated. Now, for a game where you need to tap those buttons fast, and maybe you could do it faster here, I guess there's an advantage, but I don't really see.
Yeah, man, it's just a controller for like $30.
It's a little disappointing in my opinion.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just don't trust him, and I don't think that's much of a problem.
This controller is exceptional. The rumble is really strong, like way strong, stronger than the rumble in the Elite 2 controller that I've been using for months.
Is that a good thing? Are you gonna shove it up cat's pussy? Is that what you need it for? Do you like it when your whole hands are shaking because something happened in the video game? I don't know. I don't know why that's a selling point. I hate fucking vibrations on a controller.
Other cool thing is, as I said, everything is adjustable. The sensitivity of the joysticks, the sensitivity in dead zone.
Yeah, and it is adjustable in the game.
Strength of the rumble
Doesn't matter.
You can actually make the left rumble motor stronger and the right rumble motor lighter.
Whoa, this completely useless fucking customization options just so they can market it as highly customizable. DSP is never gonna go around and tweak those and care about those. It's just a thing that exists.
You have that adjustability in the app. Okay?
Yeah, they're just fixing problems that don't exist. Perhaps. I don't know for certain. Maybe it's good. I just don't trust him, and I'm contrarian to whatever the fuck he says.
So,
because he's a liar. And even when he doesn't try to lie, he ends up lying somehow and being wrong.
also, because the people will always ask about this, what about battery life? Well, as you can see on the front of the controller, it's got 4 dots, okay? And those dots...
Oh, there's so much unnecessary shit on this controller to make it look fancy. This is the type of shit that, like, 12-year-old kids would think is a badass controller.
I played Minecraft last night. At the end of the Minecraft stream, one of the lights was off. When I played Clear Obscure yesterday, which was around 3 hours of gameplay, 2 of the lights were off. So from that, we can probably estimate, on average, you'll probably get about 6 to 8 hours of battery life out of this controller before you have to recharge it. It is rechargeable via USB, but also you can purchase a dock for it that you can put it on top, and it charges on a charging dock, much like most controllers have today. So it's either or, whatever you want to do.
Or you can just play a couple of hours and then stop playing and plug it in, and you will never notice the battery going down because it's always going to be charged.
Wireless connectivity and signal. Well, I tried it both via Bluetooth and the 2.4 gigahertz signal. Both seemed good. They didn't disconnect. They were smooth. I was doing perfect parrying in Clair Obscur.
I mean, yeah, dude, your device is like 2 meters in front of you.
I didn't
like,
have
of
an issue
course.
at all. It just seemed to work. Okay.
Sure. I mean, this is just like, I don't know what to tell you. I guess it is better tech reviewing than Review Tech USA, who now apparently is doing some weird gay ASMR tech reviews. Review Tech USA ASMR, which is like the thing that you never knew you didn't need and you hate and you didn't want to see. Killer Coomstar is glazing again. Oh, Rich has a stream that is not about Phil for some reason. What? And I don't know. He's trying to rebrand, but he's really bad at doing everything, so he can't do that. And he got bullied off of Twitter again. Yeah. Okay, let's see this. This is a Review Tech USA detractor.
That's okay. For those who don't know what ASMR is, it stands for Autonomous.
This is so retarded. This guy sucks so bad. Rich, give up, man. Give it up. Give it up. This is trash. This is dog shit. Because, you know, no one is, like, unironically listening to this. The only people who would fucking listen to this are weirdos. You don't want to appeal to those people. Go fucking get a job or something, man. I don't know. Just become somebody's fucking editor. What is this?
Videos meant to relax you.
But you know what they say? Don't interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. So I'm just happy that Rich is following his passion for being trash at YouTube videos. And I hope things get worse for him, which they will, I promise. Anyways, let's go back to the other guy that things are going to get worse for.
The form factor is exactly the same as an Xbox controller. I love that form factor. I love that stick placement. So for me, this is like my kind of controller. It's my style. I prefer this over the PlayStation style. Thumbsticks. They're pretty loose. They're Hall effect thumbsticks. And what that means is that it uses a technology that supposedly these thumbsticks would never have stick drift. Okay, that's good.
No, they're going to have stick drift within like 2 weeks. He's going to slam it twice, and it's going to have stick drift.
In Minecraft, if you remember, I'm playing the Java edition with a mod that's allowing me to use a gamepad in the Java edition, which...
Why? Why though? Why don't you just play it with a mouse and keyboard the way it's much easier to play it? It's Minecraft.
Wouldn't be able to do that. And when I was playing with my Elite 2 controller, it was stick drifting. Well, I played it last night on here, 0 stick drift. So these sticks do not drift at all, and that's great, okay? So, overall, what did I think about the controller after using it for a day? I love the form factor. I love that it has a texture to the back that gives you a good grip. I think all the buttons were responsive. I liked the thumbsticks. I liked the wireless connectivity. I'll be honest, I liked the silly RGBs. I pretty much like the controller a lot. It's even a lot lighter than my Elite 2 controller. I don't know why the Elite 2 actually is so heavy, but this one is like half the weight of the Elite 2, which is pretty cool. Okay? However, there was
what's the bad stuff
that I have yet to explain, and I don't know if it's going to be fixed or not. All right? So, when we were playing Clair Obscur, okay? For those who don't know, Clair Obscur is a game that needs a lot of very precise button inputs, because during combat, you either need to dodge or parry, because if you don't, a lot of the times you can get 1 or 2 hit killed if you're fighting tough enemies. So, the buttons were working absolutely flawlessly.
Hey, big ups Penitent Sin for 14 months, dude.
0 complaints. I was like, wow, this bumper's working beautifully. And that's, we beat the entire super dungeon and a big tough boss and everything. I was like, wow, this is great. But a very weird thing happened, okay? I was playing Clair Obscur, and the way that it works is when you're either on the overworld or in a dungeon and you're walking around, if you hold down right trigger, you dash, so you move faster. If you don't hold right trigger, you walk kind of slow. So to be honest, it's kind of weird because I don't know why games even have the walk. How many people played Clair Obscur and just walked normally? No one. Everyone just dashed around, right? So why even have it? Just have you move at that speed the whole time. It's kind of confusing that games still have this meaningless dash, okay? But the weird thing about it was, when I was playing Clair Obscur, my character would dash, then stop, then dash, then stop, then dash, then stop, and they wouldn't consistently dash. Now, the entire time, I was just holding down the button. I never released right trigger, and it was doing this to me. And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what could be causing this. This is so bizarre. And by the way, we tried a lot of things. We tried doing the different wireless connections.
First of all, I don't trust him about anything he just said. I don't think any of this happened in the reality that everyone except him shares. And yeah, it's a useless segment. It's DSP tech support.
Like we tried Bluetooth and the 2.4 gigahertz. Then we actually tried direct connecting it with a USB cable. Okay, so in that case, there was no wireless at work. That was just a direct feed from a USB. I did some research and I actually found out wirelessly, this is a 200 megahertz controller, but if you plug it in via USB, it has an ultra high polling rate of 1,000 megahertz.
He has no idea what this even means. He has no idea.
What does all of that mean? I have no clue because I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
A technical guy.
He's not a technical guy. Then why didn't you fucking look that up? I thought you did research, you idiot. I did research and I found some numbers. One of them is bigger than the other. What do they mean? I don't fucking know. Do I look like I did some research to you? What a goat.
Data rate. So I'm gonna try.
What a fucking goat.
Today
I did some research and I found some stuff, but I have no idea what it means. Someone please tell me what it means.
Arriving, and when it arrives, I'm gonna plug it in directly into the front of my PC, and I'm gonna see if the controller seems to work a little bit.
You should plug it in front of
or whatever.
Directly in front of your wife. I don't know. I don't know.
So
just imagine I made a good joke.
I guess we'll see how it works, okay? Now, we troubleshooted like crazy in Clair Obscur. We couldn't get the run to keep working, and it was insanely frustrating. Literally, the trigger worked every time we tapped it. It worked. But if we had tried to hold it, it would not stay held, all right? So here's what happened. Between streams, first off, I went into the app, and I found out that the controller had a firmware update. So I loaded the firmware update, and it worked fine, okay? All right, good. I went into Doom the Dark Ages. I booted it up, and I went to the stage where the Doomslayer had just returned from the afterlife. The first thing you do is go into a giant courtyard full of a bunch of enemies. I took out the Ravager, and I let rip, literally holding down the right trigger and not releasing it, and it never interrupted the fire rate. It just kept firing nonstop.
So, I guess it's the game's fault.
Okay, so it's not happening in Doom. Then last night, we played Minecraft.
So, and let me guess. It wasn't happening in Minecraft either?
We played Minecraft, as you know, there's a lot of mining, and we were in a cave, we were mining a bunch of resources, and the entire time we were doing that, I was holding down right trigger, and it never interrupted. It worked the whole time. So it stands to reason that this should work. There should be no issue. If I boot up Clair Obscur right now, we should be able to dash around, and it should.
So what? Wait. So he tried this out in 2 different games, but he didn't actually try it out in the game that he was having issues with? No.
Shouldn't interrupt.
It would have taken him like, what, 5 minutes? And this whole segment wouldn't exist. This like a 10-minute complaining segment. And now we're going to find out live. Because, of course, we got to waste your time. That's what matters here. Fuck content. I'm wasting your time. We're logging into the game to check some shit that only I care about. We need this. The culture needs this. No way.
For the record, I did boot the game up last night to test this before I did the firmware update, So I left the dungeon that we were at, which I believe this is the dungeon. So when we play again tomorrow, I'll just go right back to this dungeon. But let's test it. Ready? So I'm holding it down right now, and I'm running around. It seems to be working.
Okay, so
I think we fixed the issue.
so nothing. There was a problem, and then he updated his controller, and then there was no problem. Even though I'm doubtful that there was a problem to begin with. I think it's just the average DSP experience.
Oh.
I have played this game, indeed, Dead Alex. I'm actually, I think, about 10 hours in.
Okay, he's staggering a little bit right there.
I just have a bunch of other games to play, and I don't have much time to play them, and blah, blah, blah.
Well, is that the game? That could be the game.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, we got it, bro. We got it.
Problem.
So we don't have the problem. Can we confirm that?
But now he's going. So I'm so confused. Let's try it in here, because this is where we were having the problem. All right, so here we are. Oh, no, see? Now I'm still holding the trigger. I didn't release it, and you saw how he stuttered there? He had like a stutter step. So maybe it's just the game. Maybe the whole thing was actually the game. I think what it was a combination. There was a problem because I didn't do the firmware update.
No. I don't think any of this is a problem. I think you move differently on the world map than you do when you actually control your character in a dungeon or something. I would speculate because it makes sense to me. And then he expects it to work the same way, and then it doesn't, and then he's mad. But in the end of the day, no one fucking cares. It doesn't matter. It's about his making his character run faster for like a split second longer than it usually did.
Still, the Kubo says the game has a
It's just a manufactured problem.
weird input recognition. Your left stick has to go maximum in one direction, or else your sprint completely stops.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So let's test
Solved.
out holding maximum in a direction. You see that, right? Now let's loosen it. Yeah, you're right.
Whoa. So it turns out actually there was no problem with the controller whatsoever. There was a problem with the device controlling the controller.
I think that's what it is. I think that
Yeah, it's a legacy device. It should be deprecated.
the game sprint is just a little weird. And because this controller has some different input recognition, has that Hall effect and everything, that it reads a little different in the game. So essentially, it's actually not the controller either. The game is just weird. Because again, I played 5 minutes of Doom, the dark.
Yeah, no. None of this is a problem. Let's go back to the podcast, quote unquote. This is useless.
Say shout out to Baronoli.
And now we're counting money. Let's go.
Emerald Crown. Thank you, Baronoli, for 4 years as a supporter of this channel. I very much appreciate you. Okay, so here's the thing, folks. FYI, yesterday we hit 1 goal, which is great, and we're on track, if we have support this week, to do our new DSP Tries It.
Oh, more of this. Is this just like, are we gonna do this eternally? Is just him getting money to eat food eventually? Are the dents not gonna get bored with this?
Of the week.
None of this shit is fucking interesting, especially doing it on a weekly basis. None of this is interesting.
Okay.
The most interesting thing, objectively speaking, that can happen is for his food to be bad. In which case, he's going to complain about it and actually show some sort of emotion. Otherwise, it's just a guy eating some food you don't really care about and giving you his thoughts, which are stupid because he has a stupid brain. So why would you be interested in his thoughts?
DSP Tries It will be when we hit 90 goals total. We're at 82 right now. And it's going to be DSP Tries It, the new How to Train Your Dragon meal from Burger King. It actually releases.
Whoa, actual children's meal. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I'm excited for the meal because.
Yeah, that's not weird at all, considering it's a middle-aged man with an audience comprised of allegedly middle-aged men as well.
It's going to have more than one new item.
So adults are watching this, by the way. Adults are watching this man with the fucking Super Mario layout and with the background that looks like this. This is for adults, if you didn't know. Adults, mature adults, with jobs and stuff.
It's going to have a brand new side, something like a fiery mozzarella fries. Also, it's going to have a new drink, which is some kind of a summer lemonade. And then it's going to have a new sundae. So that's like 4 items to try.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm excited.
Insane.
I hope you guys are too. Haven't done a gimmicked meal since the Minecraft meal 2 months ago. So it'll be good to try something different. What I do like about this meal is that it's actually new items. It's not, oh, we're just repackaging the same items with packaging and charging more. They're actually giving you new food offerings, okay? Now, that releases tomorrow. Let's see how we do this week. If we stay on track and we hit goals every stream, we will absolutely be doing this by Friday.
Okay, so more begging, yes.
Let's hit a goal every stream. Let's, on Friday, do the How to Train Your Dragon meal from Burger King. That would be exciting.
Oh my god, it's so sad that he can't come up with anything that the people actually want him to see. Because eventually, yeah, he's going to do the DSP tries it, whatever, because they don't give him money to see the event happen. They give him money so he can shut the fuck up about it. Because he just cries about it and it makes them feel bad. And they feel like he's their deadbeat dad on the internet, their father figure on the internet that they never had. And they just give him money because they feel bad about him. And he gets it in his head that they actually love the content and he care about the content. And he will never be able to come up with something that is interesting because his ideas are fucking trash. He had the idea of reviewing cologne. And then not even his own fans like this. Not even the dents that pretend to like everything like this. They unanimously told him to eat shit and fuck himself. No.
I think that would be good timing as well.
And this is just going to be dark side Phil for eternity. He's going to be drinking on stream, eating on stream, picking fights with other people. And this is going to be an elderly man. And one day he's just going to die of a heart attack or a stroke or something. What a great life. I'm super jealous, by the way.
We did the Red Robin DSP tries.
I'm jealous because he gets a bunch of money and then gets in crippling debt and has nothing to show for his money. That's mega jealousy. Turbo jealous.
Now,
maybe I guess Review Tech USA is going to be jealous of this guy. Because this guy does everything Review Tech USA wants to do, but it's too fucking garbage to actually try.
For 100 gold.
So yeah, that's probably the only person who should be jealous of Phil is Review Tech USA.
We're doing a big special milestone marathon. What is it? I'm still not telling you.
Because it's a bad idea. Because it's better for it to be a mystery and people can fill in the blanks with what they want it to be so it can be more exciting than him telling you it's just going to be a DSP tries it of Wendy's chili and he can disappoint everybody yet again.
I'm going to tell you at the end of this week what the milestone marathon will be. I don't want to spoil it ahead of time, but it is coming up. It's going to be exciting. What I will tell you is that it's a first time thing.
Oh, so it's going to be, he's going to eat like, I don't know, say some obscure country. Norway. He's going to eat Norwegian food.
I have never done this kind of event before.
Or he's going to eat food in the closet. Whoa.
So I'm very excited to do it. I hope that you guys will join me for it. I think it's going to be a great time. Some people are really, really going to like it. I think others will not like it, to be honest. But I want to try some.
Yeah, that's why it's a secret. That's literally why it's a secret. Because his audience doesn't trust him. Because if we showed up on TBS and we told you guys, we're having something in the works that's going to be a lot of hype and you guys are going to love it, you're going to probably tend to trust us because you're a part of the audience. You kind of know that what way we think about stuff and how we do stuff. But with DSP, it's so self-serving that when he tells you it's something exciting, then all I think about is, oh yeah, it's probably exciting for him because it's low effort and it's probably something pretty cheap and he can just do it and it's going to be self-serving and no one else is going to care. So that's what it makes me think.
Different. And this is something that I'm doing. It's not letting other people influence it and screw it up. So I think it's going to go well. All right. Good stuff coming. And thank you for your support. Let's get it going. Speaking of which, can we get our first piece of support for today? Can we get our first super chat? How about a tip, or a sub over on Kick. Let's get some support rolling today so that we can get that momentum going, get some shout outs going. Now, FYI, let's hang out and let's have a good time on the show today. I really don't have any topics to talk about, and you might say, well, why not? Because gaming news is very dry right now. Why? Well, because Summer Game Fest.
No, by the way. Let me tell you something, brother. There is a guy called Luke Stevens who he can make content out of nothing. He can literally just watch an IGN coverage of a video game, and he can make a 20-minute video that gets, as you can see here, almost 1 million views. In this case, because this was probably something shocking. But at worst, on his live streaming channel, he can get like 50 to 80,000 views. And you can make this type of content with a snap of a finger. And DSP, if he is what he claims to be, and like this based, godlike, profoundly amazing guy, then he would simply do it 1 million times better. But he doesn't, and he can't, and he's trash, and he has no opinions. So yeah.
And likely other events are right around the corner.
And personality-wise, he is a pretty like average, I guess I would say reasonable opinion person. He's not super entertaining, but if you want like quote-unquote coverage of a game, and for somebody to tell you things as they pretty much are, you can rely on him. He's a pretty like normal, like a normie gamer. So yeah.
So because of that, really no information about games is...
But it is a really safe way of making content, because you can just go on YouTube trending and see, okay, well, there was this preview event of this game, and IGN put out a video about it. I'm going to watch it on stream and tell you what I think about it. And he should definitely do this, because it's easy to do.
Right now, it's very, very, very sparse. So... you know, that's why this week I decided, hey, let's not do a podcast tomorrow. Let's skip it and get extra gameplay of Clair Obscur. Hey, let's not do a podcast Friday and instead get much extra gameplay of Elden Ring Night Reign, which everyone's going to want to see at launch, right? So that's what we're doing. Good stuff, all right? But what I'd like to know is, what do you guys want to talk about today? So first of all, let's get some support for the podcast, and let's see what you guys want to talk about today. But before we get to that, I would like to say one quick thing. For those who don't know, today is Memorial Day in the United States. This is a national holiday here, but I know I have an international audience. Not everyone celebrates.
Okay,
I want to take a moment.
Yeah, let's take a moment.
Thank you to anyone out there who serves in the American. Wow, that's a pretty botched thing. Let's try that again. Thanks to everyone out there who serves in the American military.
That's fucking wild from DSP to say. Because, like, there's dudes legitimately putting their lives on the line so this guy can shit on the government. And then once a year, when it's the day to respect the military, he's gonna make one of those fake fucking speeches like this. When this guy fucking hates them. He hates everybody. He hates the government. He hates the military because they get into wars with people and they bomb them. He hates everybody. But it's those people that are protecting his right to sit there and beg for money all day.
I very much appreciate your service.
Very much appreciates it.
Sacrifice that you give.
A lot. But his sacrifice is actually more important. Because he sacrifices his health to play shitty video games.
Be safe and to give us the freedoms that we have. Today on Memorial Day, we take a moment.
Just such a gay fucking PR statement. I hate this.
To remember.
Just don't fucking say it, man. Just say at least like, yeah, shout out to all the soldiers. Actually, hold on. This is what he should have said. Yeah, this is what he should have said. Hopefully they have the exact clip so I don't have to look for it. Well, they fucking don't. This trash. Oh, it's ruining my punchline. Let's check the... this is it. Thank you, top comment.
Rest in peace to all the soldiers that died in the service. I died in her cervix. Chickens, no churches.
Yeah, that's what he should have said.
Those who
and it would have been done a lot faster.
The ultimate sacrifice. Those who didn't come back from their deployments and to say, thank you so very much. We're never going to forget you. And
Yeah. Okay, bro. Okay. Don't waste your breath. Nobody is fucking believing you. This is a bunch of superficial shit you don't actually mean. You don't mean this.
a privilege to be able to
Whoa, I fucking appreciate the military so much. Since it's the Military Appreciation Day, I love the military.
give to keep this country safe and to give us the freedoms.
Yeah, what do you give to your country, Phil? What do you give to your country? How do you contribute to society?
Have. Today on Memorial Day, we take a moment to remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, those who didn't come back from their deployments, and to say, thank you so very much. We're never going to forget you. And it is an honor and a privilege to be able to live in the country.
He was so disingenuous about this. He even like kind of stopped himself to think about whatever fucking corny shit he's gonna say that he doesn't mean. I don't know why I'm so irrationally irritated by this. I just hate looking at people talking about stuff they don't actually mean. He's never shown in any kind of way that he appreciates the military or respects them or honors them or whatever the fuck. Never. But today is Military Day, so shout out to the military. Thank you for whatever you do. That is nice. And fuck you for the bad things that you do.
Their deployments. And to say, thank you so very much. We're never going to forget you.
Eat shit, DSP. Anyone in the military who would watch your stream would want to line up a headshot on you. Anybody. Anybody. Because they see how fucking worthless and how garbage you are. And no amount of ass kissing is going to change anybody's fucking mind.
And it is an honor and a privilege to be able to live in the country that you defended and gave your life for.
Oh, that you shit on all the time? The country that you fucking hate all the time? You shit on the taxes and the people living there, and the people not even living there that came from abroad to contribute to your country. You hate on them too.
Thank you for that.
But today is the day where I'm supposed to say that it's good. So it's good. Thanks for whatever. Now, anyways, let's get some subs.
Okay? If you know anyone today who's in the armed forces,
yeah, tell them to watch DSP and send him a super chat.
reach out to them and just say thanks. They're going to appreciate.
And I think this is purely speculation, by the way, and this is me being extremely non-charitable towards him. But I think he's doing this shit, number one, obviously, for some good PR, to look like a good guy, even though everybody knows he's not. And for the second reason is so he can, I guess he's trying to bait people who were in the military to send him like a super chat and say like, thank you, Phil, your words mean a lot to me. Like, I really respect your opinion of the military because it's really tough out there. But again, this is just my speculation and very uncharitable interpretation of what he's doing.
Trust me, okay?
I'm having a very difficult time trusting you, Phil, on anything. Is the same guy who lied to another guy in a tell-all interview for 5 hours and then when confronted told him, well, bro, I answered your questions, didn't I?
Today, traditionally, a lot of people do cookouts and do, holiday get-togethers with their family members, all right? Sadly, for a lot of people in America, today is a day of shopping and drinking. Don't ask me how going out and shopping honors the troops, and don't ask me how getting so inebriated.
Oh, and now again.
And acting like an idiot.
Now again, we flip it. I thought you liked the country, and now we just spinning it around on shitting on people.
Idiot honors those who serve.
Isn't that just celebrating? You're celebrating like the military, the people that defend you. I'm pretty sure like military people would appreciate you celebrating them in the sacrifices they take and the risks they take and all the effort they have to go through to even be in the military.
It doesn't.
Because it's not as easy as fucking dodging in Claire Obscure.
But sadly,
it's a little bit harder.
In America, we tend to turn everything into some kind of a commercialized holiday for yourself.
Unlike Phil, who never does that, who doesn't do a Super Bowl themed event to grift money, pretending to be a fan of football, while admittedly is not a fan of football. He doesn't do the little slideshows that indicate which time of year is and which holiday or festivity is next. He never sensationalizes anything. This guy, this motherfucker, this sad sack piece of shit, could unbox a controller and he's gonna sensationalize it like 5 days in advance and hype it up like he's gonna be unboxing Jesus Christ ballsack.
Rather than for the actual intended purpose, okay? So I just wanted to say that.
What a great projection.
Before we get to an open Q&A and stuff like that, please, today, say thank you to anyone who you know who has served. And this is sincerely from me to anyone out there who watches me or my content who has served in the armed forces. I salute you and thank you so very much for what you have done for us.
Did you call your dad, Phil? Did you give your dad a call to thank him for being a United States Marine? Did you do that? I don't think you did that. I think it's all talk and nothing else.
Okay.
It's all talk.
All right. Now moving on.
Incredibly
Shall we
disingenuous.
discuss anything today, my friends? How you doing today, King Michael? Good to see you. Queen of Hearts says she likes the green shirt today, do you? Eddie Bauer. That's right. Eddie Bauer shirt today. I like this one too. Is this, wait a minute. Is this Eddie Bauer?
Look at him talking about it like he knows something about fashion. Not that I do, but I never pretended. Just like, well, is this like an Eddie Bauer cut?
What does that tag say?
I don't know.
don't
It
think it is
says, I don't know.
I think it's
It says Walmart.
I can't read the tag in the tag. There's no tag down here. I think it's LL Bean, actually, not Eddie Bauer. Excuse me. LL Bean shirt. So I think it's the only piece of LL Bean that I own.
It's LL Cool J.
Did it say J. Crew? Maybe it's J. Crew. I don't even know. It's a nice shirt. It's definitely a nice shirt. Thank you.
Well, I mean, it makes him look like a gardener or a janitor. But compared to his other clothing, sure.
I had to serve in a military branch. Which one would I pick? I don't know. You know, everyone has something that's extra, like specialized, but also pretty difficult. You know, I can swim, but I'm not a good swimmer. So should I be in the Navy? Right? I'll say this.
What? It's so fucking stupid. Because it's assuming that you will never get better at anything. You're just, well, I'm a good swimmer now. I can't be in the Navy because I'm only a decent swimmer right now.
Probably wouldn't be in the Air Force because...
Also, this is the same guy who's admitted that he can't swim in the past. He said, I can't swim, but it can't be that hard. I would just float and move around. That's what he said. But now he's a decent swimmer.
I have an abnormal fear of heights.
He has an abnormally shaped head and also a fear of heights. Of course he has a fear of heights. This guy is just like every human condition into one. I'm surprised he's not schizophrenic yet.
Just irrational fear of heights. It doesn't make sense. I just have a fear of heights, so I probably couldn't do that. Coast Guard. You can be in the Air Force and not be in the air. I mean, that's true, but what's the point? Why join the Air Force if the goal is not to be in the air? Isn't that what you want to do? Like, nah, the recruitment story is stupid because here's the thing. I've told a story of how when I was in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And I went to a recruitment office and there was a very cocky recruiter. And he was so cocky that it actually turned me off from considering enlisting. I was seriously considering it at one point. And then the guy was such a dick that I was just like, I don't want to do it. And I didn't. But I don't want to sit here and tell that story on Memorial Day and be like, oh, that's representative of all who serve. It's not at all. But it just goes to show if you have the wrong person in a position like that, that it could actually change a lot and hinder a lot. And I wonder how many people that guy turned off from recruiting just because he was a cocky dick, you know?
I don't think maybe he wasn't even a cocky dick. That's what DSP's interpretation of that conversation was, by the way. I would just like to put an asterisk on that. Because Darkseid Phil's interpretation of how some social situation goes is wildly different from how that situation usually goes. And we have plenty of proof. Namely, one of my favorite ones, I've shown this on stream fairly recently, is when he had some weird game journalist out there wanted to have an interview with him. And DSP completely misinterpreted and lied about what the guy said to make himself look good. And then the guy called him out and corrected him. So, yeah.
We already talked about
none of what he says ever is exactly as he says it. None of it. Not a single thing. In life.
REs, I'm not really interested in them. Oh, yeah. Queen of Hearts says, I saw the final Mission Impossible movie. It's a good send-off of the series, but it does kind of leave it open-ended. Huh. I mean, think of it this way. If it weren't for that cocky recruiter, I might have enlisted. I might have engaged in an entire lifetime of military service, in which case I never would have been in competitive Street Fighter. I never would have ever stepped foot on. I probably never would have watched the Angry Video Game Nerd or the Nostalgia Critic. I never would have thought to do a YouTube video.
That is, hasn't he considered that's actually good? That's a good thing. Because, like, what is happening to him right now is not good.
Never would have been engaged in any of this stuff. I would have just...
I guess it's good because he has a super low standard. His standard is that he exists and survives, and he still gets to live in that house, I guess.
Been a military guy for my whole life.
Sure.
You know,
he would have been, I don't know, had his some kind of an injury. He would have probably aggravated his back injury and then been discharged on like medical basis, I guess. That's what I could see happening.
Different life that would have been. What an idiot. Someone in chat just says, "Oh, you wouldn't have been good for the military because you
Oh, this is a great bit, by the way. Let's watch.
Struggle with confrontation." Yes, because the entire time that I was a competitive Street Fighter player, and every single moment I was in a confrontation with opponents, and I was beating them and winning tournaments, and I was performing on a stage in front of thousands of people, and I'm here every single day with a public face. Oh yeah, I'm really bad at confrontation. You fucking mouth drooler. You stupid dunce.
By the way, he lost this confrontation. He was confronted by the guy, and he lost it. Because all the guy had to say is one thing, and then he made himself look like a complete ass. Also, another example. When it came down to actual confrontation, and I'm not talking about Zangief versus Cammy. I'm talking about Jaha versus Phil. When it came down to that confrontation, he lied and ran away. Not lied. Lied? He cried and ran away. So yes, he is not good in confrontation, and whenever he gets confronted in one of his drama streams with whoever he's doing the stream with, even Review Tech USA, he pretends that whatever they said didn't happen and just moves on. And he lost this confrontation right now because he made himself look like a complete idiot, and he came out on the losing end of this one.
Why do you listen to morons? Yeah, I'm really bad with it. Mm-hmm.
He is bad with it. Because he just gave a bunch of examples of playing video games. That's not a confrontation.
I just can't handle the pressure. You're right. I just crack constantly.
Yeah, I mean, he does.
Got it. Oh, really? Battle Ducks.
You are stealing Phil's content like Gypsy.
You know what? Gypsies are fucking based. Because gypsies are gonna survive and outlive everything. And I'm proud to be called a gypsy, matter of fact. I'm gonna do the switcheroo on you. Actually, being a gypsy is good. And I'm gonna steal, and you're gonna like it. Shout out Meth Bear and his just average posts about hating Bulgarians.
My parents always put
Which it's relatable.
enlistment for it as a punishment, saying if you don't go to school, you have to go to the army. Now looking back at it, I'm thinking maybe it was a missed opportunity. You know? You got to understand, that's a huge sacrifice, right? You're giving up your personal freedoms.
The SP wouldn't give up anything for anything. This guy wouldn't even play video games when he's not scheduled to, so he can finish it faster and make money. He can't even make that sacrifice.
And you're
He's not
all.
jack shit for the military.
You have no idea what's going to happen in the world when you enlist, and at any moment you could end up being deployed into a freaking war zone. And, you know, that's what you're signing up for. That's insane levels of commitment, courage, strength, fortitude, things a lot of people don't have. Wishy-washy, you know, jello people who can't even fucking take someone spelling their name wrong.
Phil, is he talking about himself? Because that's literally him. It's a wishy-washy jello person who doesn't have any integrity, doesn't have a backbone, doesn't have any opinions on anything that are truly originally his. It's a wild projection.
Strength, fortitude, things a lot of people don't have. Wishy-washy, you know, jello people who can't even fucking take someone spelling their name wrong on their coffee cup at Starbucks. Or, God forbid, someone say something to you on the internet and you get all, oh, I got internet bullied.
Phil, you just did that like 45 seconds ago, bro. This guy regularly yells at like DoorDash employees. Literally. He yells at last week he yelled at Subway sandwiches. Come on. And he demanded like a public apology.
right?
Get this guy out of here. You're just talking about how much he hates himself, essentially, if we get down to it. Because all the things he hates, he contains. All those elements, all those traits. It's him. So it's just a guy telling you how much he sucks and how much he despises his life.
Unbelievable how some people
By the way, he is very happy and fulfilled. And you're jealous of him.
are. So you have to understand
Yes, you.
that the people
You gypsy. Bleh.
who enlist have a level of strength that is very different from the common person. Okay, so what would you guys like to talk about today? Tag me in the chat. And again, ensure.
Oh, and now we just
get
do
some support.
Q&A.
We have no support whatsoever for the podcast right now. Zero. So anything would be appreciated right now. Let's get some momentum going. And let's see what topics are on your guys' mind today. No, that is absolutely true, Battle Duck. He says you also need to support the military people when they come back from deployment. Who defends the defender? That's a huge problem with our country. Is these people go out and spend.
Oh, again, more postulating and endless empty platitudes from a guy who openly does not care about anyone else, matter of fact, but in general also the military.
Of their life.
And matter of fact, he despises the government and the military.
Sometimes 10, 15, 20
Because they don't result in him getting more money, and that's what he wants.
years in the military deployed, and then they come back and there's nothing for them. There's no jobs, because that's a major problem in the United States. There's no fucking good jobs anywhere. So what do? Oh, I worked in the military for 20 years. Now I come back and I'm a fryer, or I mop the floor and I make minimum wage. This is the job you got for me lined up after I was in the military for 20 years. You know, there's nothing for them to do. And, you know, or they come back and they have health problems, and now the healthcare sucks. They can't get the healthcare they need. It's absolutely true that our country does fail a lot of people. It's sad. And then you hear our politicians, and what are they bickering over today? The next piece of shit, nonsensical argument that doesn't matter.
Well, how is DSP contributing to any of that conversation getting better? Well, he is playing a video game today and begging for money.
And there's concrete problems they could be tackling, but...
And always making his own problems somebody else's problems. What a great example. Something bad is happening to me and I'm too powerless to stop it. Please help me. This is your problem now. I might go away.
This segment would have been better for DS Politics.
There's really no politics here, man. There's no politics here. It's just empty platitudes that anyone on this planet can say about their government as well. You can be placed at any point in the world and you can say this about your own government, and that's going to mean something. It's going to have something to it.
This is not a politics show. Let's not go that direction.
But even if it was, like, what are you going to say? You're going to say the most generic political statement ever. The government is arguing about things that don't matter, and they should be arguing about things that do matter, like the taxes and money and something else.
Having turkey hot dogs. Yes, we are. We're actually having turkey hot dogs.
Come on, man.
Oh, kick support. Thank you again, man. I screwed up again, didn't I? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is the new gimmick. So, hopefully I have this in my Twitter machine. I think I have it bookmarked. So, he has this gimmick going on Kick, where he technically gets paid by the hour. I don't know how much. I'm going to lie to you if I tell you, so I'm just not going to tell you anything. And this whole thing is kind of connected to him streaming on both YouTube and Kick at the same time. And if he doesn't turn it on, then it's kind of a problem because you're supposed to turn it on. And then Kick support, on purpose, comes in his chat and tells him, "Hey, Phil, we hope this message finds you well. We are writing to kindly ask for a moment of your time to check your emails inbox," where they told him that he should enable the multi-streaming thing because that's what the rules say. And he constantly, for some reason, just forgets about it, dude. He just kind of forgets about it. I don't know how that works. But it just does. Whoa. And in my opinion, he's trying to see if he can get away with it because he thinks he's going to make some extra money if he doesn't enable the multi-streaming thing. So Kick don't know that he's streaming both on YouTube and Kick. But yeah, I don't think Kick as a platform gives a fuck. I think they are just existing to promote gambling and to promote stake.com. And to pretend that gambling is in some way constructive by financing all of these endeavors. So I don't think they give a rat's ass about this, but I do enjoy watching him squirm, and I do enjoy pointing out the times where he's acting like a little weasel.
I keep screwing this up. Big support, we're all good. So thank you for reminding me. Dude, I did it again.
I don't think they're going to get rid of him or he's going to get in trouble for this. Just so you know. Just so you don't get excited.
Screwing up, every time that you do multi-streaming on Kick, you have to type in a command to enable it. And I keep forgetting. They're doing me a solid because if I don't enable it, I don't get paid at all. So they're helping me out. Thank you, Kick Support. Appreciate you. I think it's kind of automated, though. But thank you. I can unpin it because I just fixed it. Dishonored franchise? I liked Dishonored 1. I didn't really like Dishonored 2.
What was clipped out from this?
I think it's kind of automated, though. But thank you. I can unpin it because I just fixed it. Dishonored franchise?
What is he editing out? It's so suspicious. I'm not used to Dark Side Phil editing out stuff.
I like...
Oh, it almost makes me want to watch Raw Phil. But by the time I find this, it's not going to make sense.
So... I don't know. Someone said, should we bring back the Dishonored franchise? Would it be good? I don't know. I feel like Dishonored worked at the time, but that whole, like, first-person looting exploration formula with that kind of stealth and stuff, I don't know if it really works anymore. It worked for a few different games. Like, it was working for Deus Ex, but now Deus Ex doesn't exist anymore. It worked for Dishonored. Now Dishonored's gone. So I don't know if it really works moving forward. What is my favorite?
What is he trying to say?
Like first-person looting exploration formula.
He is so retarded.
Stealth and stuff. I don't know if it really works anymore.
All he wants to say is immersive sim, because that's what the genre is called. It's called an immersive sim. Like fucking Deus Ex and Dishonored, other games like this. Yes.
It worked.
But like his 15 years of being a professional gamer haven't taught him the words. So instead, he just explains it like this.
Like first person.
Like my grandpa. If he was still alive. Both of them.
Looting exploration formula with that kind of stealth.
You can see how low IQ he is. Like you can see the 3 brain cells in his mind that are not drunk, trying to figure out what he's trying to say.
I don't know if it really works anymore. It worked for a few different games. Like it was working for Deus Ex, but now Deus Ex doesn't exist.
Every formula works if you pull it out. If you pull it out well. Every single formula. You can do an open world amazing, and you can do an open world that sucks. You can do JRPG amazing, and you can make a JRPG that sucks ass. And it extends on everything else. Every single formula that has ever worked can work again. And some formulas that have never worked can work.
Just anymore. It worked for Dishonored. Now Dishonored's gone. So I don't know if it really works moving forward.
But this is a guy who cannot make his own opinion. That's the main reason why I despise him, is that he cannot make his own opinion. He cannot think about something because he's too scared.
My favorite season? Either spring or fall. Preference fall. Because I like in between moderate weather. And in the fall, you get all kinds of cool things happening with the season, including, you know, like pumpkin spice, and, you know, the leaves change color, and you get holidays like Halloween and stuff. So I like the fall a lot. Also, let's be honest, during the fall, there's a lot of cool games that come out. Usually, not always. Like last year was a
Broketober.
Sucked for gaming, but usually it's really good.
Yeah, it sucked for gaming. That's why he did a bunch of drama instead. He just completely... Gaming took a back seat, and he was Kino Casino's whipping boy. He put on the gimp suit extra tight.
I usually remember...
Oh, he was in love. It sucks to see his heart broken, but it is what it is. They were never in love with him in the first place. They were just using him.
Enable the multi-stream.
I mean, he snaked them, and he manipulated them, by the way. That's what I meant to say.
I'll be honest, that's if Kick asks for feedback, I think what should happen, okay, is when you're streaming, if you're in the partner program, it actually enables multi-streaming automatically, and you have to click on it to say, no, I'm actually...
No one should want DSP's feedback unless their aspirations are to be retarded and trash. In this case, you might want to ask DSP for some advice. Maybe Review Tech USA can do that, seeing that this is what he seems like to be aspiring to be.
Only streaming on Kick, because it's kind of very easy to just not think about it and forget it. And right now, the reason I'm remembering is because they're actually coming in and reminding me. But I don't know how long they're going to do that. Because if they don't, then they will just demonetize the whole stream and I won't get paid for it. So, oh, I think Starbucks pumpkin spice is decent. Yeah, it's pretty tasty. Oh, no. No vacation coming anytime soon, RBG overload, which is probably an intrusive question anyway. Because if we were going to go on a vacation, we probably wouldn't tell you anyway. But no, we don't have anything planned right now. Right now, to be honest, the next couple of months for gaming are quite busy. All right. And, you know, we don't, right now, I'm in a position where if things keep going the way they're going right now.
That is absolutely factual, by the way. DSP's feedback actively made game design worse. I would like to, I think at this point, pretty much everybody knows. Because even the casual Twitter user that sees him being bad at games, he's like, whoa, wasn't this the guy that made it so yellow paint is in every game? Yes, this is the guy. They make games for this person now. And that's why most games are really bad.
And I'm able to have things.
Not most games, but you know what I mean.
Then I can save up some money.
Thanks,
Once I
Phil.
have some money actually saved, then maybe.
What, he's saving money? What are we lying about now? This guy is saving money. That's insane.
To be honest, the next couple of months for gaming are quite busy. All right. And, you know, we don't. Right now, I'm in a position where if things keep going the way they're going right now, and I'm able to have things move forward positively the way that they're going, then I can save up some money. And once I have some money actually...
I've been hearing this since 2014, and it has never happened. Never, ever, ever happened.
Then maybe I can say, hey, let's start planning something. But right now, I don't want to just, like, blow all the money that I have immediately. That'd be pretty...
Not immediately.
Dumb.
Not immediately.
You know? So, no, I'm not...
We got to wait for a little bit. Maybe next week.
...anything right now. See, here we go. Just ban.
Oh, come on.
Intrusive moron.
Intrusive moron. What the fuck? Did this guy assault him? Did he try and break into his house?
Personal questions, you dick.
Stop asking personal questions. Okay, we're going to Raw Phil. I have been teased for long enough. We're going to find Raw Phil. And I'm going to find out what personal question this guy asked. And it better be fucking good. Because otherwise I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to waste a lot of time looking for this thing by itself. So this is on the 27th. The 27th. Not here. Here's some other streams. Oh, I guess it's no longer available. Well, it is what it is. RIP. Oh, no. It might actually be this one. Might be this one. Yeah, we got pre-stream here. And... no, he's wearing a different shirt, dude. I got scammed. Well, I guess we don't have him. I guess we don't. Well, we'll never find out.
Saved. Then maybe I can say, hey, let's start planning something. But right now, I don't want to just, like, blow all the money that I have immediately. That'd be pretty dumb, you know? So, no, I'm not planning anything right now. See, here we go. Just ban the city. I knew it. Intrusive moron. Fuck off. Stop asking personal questions, you dick.
Maybe you should have cut out this as well, Phil. If we're gonna cut out stuff from the stream, you should cut this out too.
Playing anything.
Matter of fact, do like some intelligent, or at least a little bit more intelligent than Phil. And whenever you have a bad moment that you know is gonna make you look bad, just make the stream private. Just make it private. We still saw it, and we're still gonna judge. But at least I know that you know.
Right now. See, here we go. Just ban the city. I knew it. Intrusive moron. Fuck off. Stop asking personal questions, you dick. The villain, if you want to know that question, you should watch my playthrough. Don't.
Oh, shout out to the villain
of Expedition 33. Watch the videos, right?
Last time I checked, he's deleted all his videos.
What I made them for.
They were pretty funny, though.
If I could go to vacation in Croatia, Serbia, or Greece, which would I pick? The only one I know
Greece.
is Greece. I know about, you know, some pretty nice scenery and also good food, but that's all I know.
I mean, of course he knows about Greece. I've been watching him wipe it off his face for like half an hour now.
I don't know about Croatia or Serbia at all. I don't know anything about them.
He knows
No,
nothing.
I never played World of Tanks.
Well, who do you think you are asking this guy for a fucking opinion about knowing stuff? Of course he doesn't.
What does SNK stand for? Someone said that the other day in chat. It's some big Japanese name. It's just the name of the company that makes the fighting games. SNK is a company that made a whole.
I thought it stood for Sons of Kojima.
Games back in the day. They made games like Metal Slug, Horse games. There's the name of the cabinet. You can play that game for their fighting game. Question, Itzy. Here's the thing. All right, I've been having so much fun playing retro fighting games. Right? If you look at all the fighting games that I've played in the last year, I played a lot of Street Fighter 6. Every time I play that game, I get frustrated. I hate the pattern play. I hate the fact that people just sit there in fucking training mode practicing 90%.
Oh my god, his odyssey with Street Fighter 6 is a tale for the ages. It's iconic. Because this guy bought this fucking goddamn game on every single device this game was sold on. He bought it on Xbox, PlayStation, PC. He bought a fucking PC to play it. He bought, like, I think a controller and like 2 fight sticks in order to be better at it. He was buying microtransactions. He gave Capcom so much fucking money, it's insane. And in the end, the thing everybody knew was gonna happen literally happened, which was he didn't fucking like it, and it sucks now. And he hates the people that made it, like always, and he hates the people that play it, like always. And he thinks that he is the only player who can actually play the game the way that it's intended, in a good way. And it's the same thing as always. And Street Fighter 6 was supposed to be different. And the first couple of months, if you paid attention and you listened to what he said, it was different. It was the best fighting game that ever existed. And then people got better at it, and he became worse at it because he is a gin brain alcoholic. And then this happened, and now it sucks.
That the game is based on one hit, pushing someone to the corner, and then guessing game for the rest of the game. Nothing about the game is really appealing to me anymore, because I grew up at the time when
when he crossed his arms. Look at this. Look at how cool and badass he is.
Games were actually fucking good. All right? And I'm standing on a soapbox right now. All right? I know.
Yeah, good thing nobody actually is listening to you.
I know I am saying this.
Yeah, and he knows this, though. But he knows. He knows. The only people watching him are the dents, which half of them are not even paying attention. They just listen to Phil because it's the thing that they usually do at that point of the day, like a tradition, because he's there every day. And the other people watching him are the fucking trolls who just shit on him and say that everything he says is wrong, because most of the time it actually is. So I don't know why he thinks this soapbox will mean something outside of him feeling a little bit better by looking a lot worse. But I guess this what's happening.
I know a lot of people don't agree with me making this statement, okay? But the truth is that modern fighting games are too easy to play, not challenging enough, don't require enough of a skill cap to really play well, and it just becomes how many people just sat there ad nauseum practicing the same combos over and over.
There's no proof of that. That's just what he thinks happened.
Rather than the people who have an intelligent, brain cell. It's lame. Back in the day, you needed an incredible amount of game knowledge.
He's talking about, I'm not even joking, 30 years ago.
You needed reaction time. You needed execution. You needed to know about what's a footsie, or what the hell, spacing, right? Oh my God, zoning.
Okay, though, but again, if you're that good at the game, if you're such a professional, if you're so experienced, you should be able to adapt to shitty players. You should be able to adapt to anything. If you're a former winner, victorious, everything, the GOAT, if you're the GOAT.
Right.
But the reality is that you're washed up, you're retarded, and you're fucking trash. So you're just gonna try, and you're gonna cry eternally.
Reacting to an anti-air. It's just funny because almost no one can do that shit anymore. Instead, it's all about, I'm just going to fish for one hit, get the one hit, push the opponent to the corner, and I'll just guess for the rest of the round, and that's the whole game. That's not a fighting game. That's one pattern. That's like a pattern recognition game is what it is. That's not what a fighting game was ever meant to be. It actually took so much more skill back in the day to play fighting games competitively than it does today, that I watch and play, and I get bored to tears. Like I said, I watched one single match from Combo Breaker I nearly fell the fuck asleep and I closed the stream and I never will watch it again. Like, I just can't stand it. That's what they've done with modern fighting games. They dumb them down to the point where they're just not fun anymore for anyone who knows better. Okay? Now, you'll never hear that from the mainstream FGC because they're either ignorant, meaning they never played the good ones from back in the day, or they need the FGC to survive to make money. You know, the figureheads, the big guys back in the day who were still part of the community.
Oh, okay, so you need your community to survive, so the game that appeals to that community can make more money and they can make more games. This is everything. This applies to everything. Movies, video games, TV shows. You need to appeal to your customer base so they can buy your product so you can make more product for your customer base. Yes, that's exactly the same shit fucking DSP does.
And they won't ever criticize modern Street Fighter because they can't. Because if they do and they say it sucks, guess what happens? Oh, the views dip, the money train dries up. And
yeah, of course. Oh, I fucking hate this shit. I hate this shit because everybody that is like Phil does this at some point. When they're so seething about something and they're so mentally felted and hurt and so mind damaged and their feelings are so hurt, they twist it about the most cynical thing you can think about. Everyone does everything for money, and they do it, and that's why they disagree with me, because they just want the money, and I'm the only one who is telling the truth. Even though I present no arguments as to why it's like this, I tell you it's like this because it makes me feel good.
now they have nothing to do because they'd have to get real jobs. Okay? So.
Oops, sorry, misclick.
That's why I don't really like Street Fighter 6 anymore.
No, you don't like Street Fighter 6 anymore because you get assaulted and brutalized every time you log on. And you believe that you should be winning, and you're not winning. Matter of fact, you're getting stomped out. And you're trying to cope with those feelings and emotions that make you feel very worthless and trash because you put a lot of your self-worth into being good at shitty-ass fucking video games. And now you're not good at them. So you need to find something else to put your self-worth in. But there's not many things left outside of drinking alcohol and eating food in front of a camera. So that kind of seems like your problem, Phil, and not the community's problem.
Still think it's better than Street Fighter 5. I actually do believe the game is better than Street Fighter 5, okay? But I just don't think it's a very good game anymore. That first year, it was great. The second year has been ass, and it's just getting worse. So when you say, well, you're going to play Elena in Street Fighter 6. Well, listen, here's what will happen. Elena will come out. For 2 days, she'll be interesting. And then everyone will know everything about her because the entire internet will spoil the character, put the meta.
Okay. That's because people want to be good at the game. And that's what it takes to be good at the game. You have a bunch of resources available at your disposal, and you go through them, and you learn stuff, and you practice stuff. I know it's different from back in the day where you didn't have the guide posted on the internet. So you had to sit there in the fucking arcade for 12 hours a day because you got nothing else to do and practice the same shit over and over again. Now it's just a lot different, and you just can't adapt because you're a bitch. And somehow this is everybody else's fault, and they're grifters, and they're doing it for the money, and blah, blah, blah. None of that is real. Sorry, Phil, you're washed up. It's time to hang up the boots, buddy. Stick to drinking alcohol and eating fast food, and someday you might just get a heart attack, and it's going to be very quick and painless.
For her, and then she won't matter anymore. This game will have a major rebalance next week where all the characters are supposed to be tweaked and everything. All that information will be on the internet within 24 hours. Everything will be spoiled, and within 1 week the game will be boring again. The FGC are a bunch of fucking idiots for this. They don't understand that spoiling everything in a fighting game takes away that whole time of discovery that's the most fun part of fighting games.
But why are you going to get to decide how people are going to experience fighting games? Why are you the ultimate authority? Mr. Loser. Mr. Bum who complains about people beating him in online games is going to get to decide how people will consume the medium and gets to gatekeep people. And what I love about gatekeeping is that it's always the people that can't do it that want to do it the most. The people that don't have the power and the pull and the authority to gatekeep anybody or change the public perception of someone based on what they say about them, they want to do it the most.
Right?
It's almost like you coping with the lack of power you actually have.
Right now I'm playing Capcom vs. SNK 2. This is a new edition. It's called EO Edition. This was never played competitively online ever. So right now there's a whole era of discovery for this game that's very fun and exciting. If everyone knew everything about all the changes of the game and it was on the internet in 10 minutes, then the game wouldn't be fun. You see? But that's what the fighting game community doesn't understand. They grew up in an era of instant gratification. Everything you want at your fingertips. You don't have to earn anything. You don't have to learn anything. You just steal everything. That's what they've grown up in. It's pathetic. It's a fucking brat mentality, quite frankly.
More projecting. It's so epic and badass to hear Phil describe himself.
Call it out and say, why are you spoiling fighting games? You're taking away the fun. What do you mean? No. Well then, so you suck. So what you're admitting is you suck. You couldn't just play the game and learn for yourself. You need everyone else to hand spoon feed you how to play the game so that you can just sit in training mode and copy it. And then you go online and you get wins and you think that you've earned anything. You've earned nothing. You're a fucking thief. And that's modern fighting games in a nutshell. Okay? So, right now, playing the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, CVS 2 notably, I'm having way more fun than I've had playing Street Fighter 6 in the last year. So right now, that's what I would actually like to focus on. Now, I'm not saying that I will never go back to Street Fighter 6, but to be honest, I don't even think Street Fighter 6 is that interesting to anyone in my audience anymore. The game's 2 years old, right? It's this.
Oh, and now the audience doesn't care.
Same old shit. Really?
Yeah, you should go back to playing Super Turbo again for the 10 millionth billionth time because your audience loves them.
The same Cammy gameplay, the same Luke gameplay, the same. It's never changing. So because of that, it stops being fun when everyone's identical, right? The last few Street Fighter streams I did not do well. So I'm not really that excited to play Street Fighter 6 and Elena. I might. Like, if I can't get a Switch 2 and we end up having nothing to do that day, maybe I'll do it, all right? But right now, things are kind of up in the air. I guess we'll find out, all right? I don't know. Maybe I'll just fucking play classic fighting games all day instead. I don't know. But right now, I'm just not too into Street Fighter 6. Frank Castle did a $2 super chat. He says, thoughts on Bossman Jack doing 3 years in prison. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know who Bossman Jack is. You guys have been talking about this for 2-3 days in my chat.
Why did you have to?
I don't give.
But why didn't you look it up? They've been talking about it in your chat for like 2 days. Just fucking look it up, dude. Just like figure it out.
Shit. If this is internet drama, I know nothing about it.
I know nothing about it because it doesn't benefit me. If he could grift off of Bossman Jack, he would do it in an instant. If Bossman Jack said something about DSP in 2014, like maybe he was streaming and he saw a DSP video and was like, oh my god, it's fucking DSP. He's lame. He's stinky. Then DSP would be grave dancing on him right now. It'd be like, oh my god, at least I'm not going to jail for 3 years. Bleh.
Meerkat is looking like a freshly made funnel cake I wanna cover with powdered sugar and strawberries. Phil would make way more money if he started an OnlyFans for Oik Detroit till I die. Meerkat.
No, I don't know. I would say no, though. I would say no. I don't think he would make more money if he started an OnlyFans. But I assume you were joking, dude.
All right, so what else do you guys want to talk about? And by the way, again, thank you. That actually was the first contribution to the stream, if you can believe it. Typically, we get more than this for the podcast. It would be great to get some support right now, guys, to get some momentum moving before we start playing.
That's a great guilt trip.
You would love to see me kicking ass at Evo. In what?
That's a great guilt trip. You guys, we usually, about this time, you give me more money, so you should be fucking salty. Oh, God.
They don't have games at Evo I play. I don't like Street Fighter 6 anymore, so I don't play it. I don't play Tekken anymore. They have all modern fighters. I don't play any of that shit. I don't know what you think I would be playing at Evo. Kaba Barack Obama, why would I buy Street Fighter 6 for the Switch 2? First off, it's not going to run well. If you think it's going to run well on the Switch 2 like it runs on my PC, you're insane. That's number one. Number two, there's no gaming joysticks for the Switch 2. So you'd have to use a gamepad or the freaking Wiimotes to try to play it. Good luck with that. Number three, it's $60. I'm not paying another $60 for Street Fighter 6. I already bought it 3 times. I'm not buying it again. It's insanity. Lovecraftian Arcade asked, did I ever see Austin Powers and did I like the films? I've seen them all 3. The first one genuinely was laugh out loud hilarious in the 90s. The second one was good, but not as good as the first, but still pretty good. The third one was ass. Like, it just wasn't funny. And I think at that point they realized the formula had died out, and that's why they never made another one. Would I ever go to a convention again? Asked Stuart. Well, Stuart, let me ask you this question. Let me answer your question.
The answer is no. Because I'm gonna kill him. Me and Tevin are gonna roll up and shoot him in the street.
I do at a convention.
What would he do? Make content, you fucking idiot. Make some content, dumbass. Hold on, what? Why did this play again? Oh yeah, big ups David E for the subscription, dude.
I'm curious. Well,
what would I do? Nothing, bro. Just sit inside until you rot to death. Just rot away and waste away. Why even bother eating? Why even bother drinking? What am I gonna do after I do that?
Are you saying, would I go to a convention as an attendee?
Okay,
and enjoy
maybe. Why not?
The convention as an attendee?
Yeah, and you can film and you can do interviews with people and they can interact with you and be like, whoa, it's Darkside Phil. He jerked off and he sucks at video games. Let's make fun of him or something. And he's going to get a lot of views out of that, and everybody else is going to get a lot of views out of that.
Would I cover the convention as a YouTuber?
Sure, do that.
Or are you saying go to a convention and like I'm part of the convention?
Sure. Go to the, I don't know, a BegCon, the beggars convention, and just exchange knowledge and insight about the world of begging and all the new begging opportunities. Why not? Sure, do that.
In what capacity are you talking about?
I don't know. He just asked you in general. You decide the capacity. Why does this have to be a question for him now?
I don't really understand the question. Do a panel. On what planet do you think a convention would give me a panel? I am a small rinky-dink YouTuber.
Yeah, but you're like an OG. You're like the greatest old YouTuber that is washed up now and nobody likes. You're the greatest guy that fell off.
Who gets 500,000 views a month on YouTube, if I'm lucky. Okay.
He's talking about it like 500,000 views a month, like it's nothing. Because it is nothing to him. He's used to seeing many, many zeros.
I'm infamous where everyone on the internet hates me for things that literally haven't happened.
Oh, literally, none of those things happen. He is not a liar. He is not a scammer. He doesn't exploit people or take advantage of them. They haven't happened. All the footage that you've seen of that you can just watch raw without anybody like me talking over it, and you can just make up your own mind that he's a fucking scammer and all this other shit that he's done, it didn't happen, literally.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
You get it?
Convention would give me a panel. Back, for the record, back when I was actually a big YouTuber, when I was getting millions upon millions of views a month, all right? Even then, I wasn't guaranteed to get a slot at a convention. If you remember, one year I was at MagFest and I did really well, and the next year they denied me a panel. And I had to basically yell at them and be like, that's fucking disrespectful. Last year I came to your...
That's disrespectful.
We had tons of people...
You should treat me better. You should treat me the way I decide to be treated. The way I'm entitled to be treated.
People showing up. People were having a great time.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. The room was mostly empty, and the shit that he said was generic and trash and uninteresting.
And now you're telling me you won't even give me the same thing a second year when I've actually grown?
Yeah, because you didn't hit it the first time. You're not going to hit it the second time. You're not going to get the job done. It's a waste of resources. They can just get Tobuscas.
Oh, no, we were giving it to Game Grumps. That's true.
Yeah, Game Grumps is infinitely greater than Darkside fucking Phil.
Dude, they gave it to Game Grumps.
Yeah, of course they will.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to understand, I'm not some big YouTuber who's popular and seen in a positive light anymore. No convention is going to give Darkside Phil a panel. Nor would I even know what I would do at said panel. Like...
Oh, yeah. But we had to get to the actual problem. The actual problem is even if everything worked out the way he wanted it to work out and all the conditions were met, he still wouldn't know what to do. Because it's fucking Phil. They would have to tell him.
I don't even know.
They would have to tell him what to do, and then he wouldn't like it.
You know, things are a lot different today than they were back
Yeah, that's why you should eat shit off the sidewalk.
then, that's for sure. Would I consider doing a meet and greet? What's the difference between doing a meet and greet and what we're doing right now? Any day you could just come to my stream and talk to me. Why do you need to meet me in person? Quite honestly, it's an honest question.
Because they don't get to talk to you on the stream. On the stream is a one-way conversation. You talk at them, and they talk at you. There is no conversation happening. You can't have a conversation with words on your screen.
What's the difference? I don't think there is one. You can easily come to my stream and just talk to me on any given stream. I'm not a hard guy to reach.
Yes,
So
you are.
Would you
Bro, not even your fucking Twitter replies are open.
want to go to a convention? See, again, that's what I don't understand. Little Alex Holmes says Little Alex Horn says meeting in person is more meaningful for a fan. It is. Again, for me, it's not. Like I told you guys, I'm not the kind of guy that I idolize someone to the point where I need to meet them in person, right? Like, for example, Stan Lee.
And of course, of course, you need to be an actual stalker to want to meet a celebrity in person and take a photo with them. You have to be obsessed with them and stalking them to be that. You have to be the most extreme freak that exists in order to want to meet a celebrity that you have a parasocial relationship in real life.
Out of Stan Lee. I
Yeah,
love
of
Marvel
course.
Comics. I love the stuff that he
He doesn't love Marvel Comics. He doesn't love Stan Lee.
did for the comic book
No, he can't tell you jack shit about it. He's a poser with that, just like the same way he's a poser with everything else.
industry and for pop culture in general. I think he was a great guy. His cameo appearances were always funny. His interviews that were funny. Everything was good. Stan Lee was at a convention, a Comic-Con that I was at, and there was a giant line to meet him, and I said, I'm not going to wait in that line. I don't care.
Okay. I don't know. I probably wouldn't want to meet Stan Lee either, even if I was in the vicinity. It's just like an old guy.
I mean,
Okay. Are you going to use that to say that you're better than somebody else because you didn't want to meet Stan Lee?
what were I even going to say? Hi, Stan. Good to meet you. Shake his hand. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Stan, can I take a photo? Because you're a popular person that I like, and I like the things that you've done. That's it.
Deal.
It's not that deep. Yeah, it's not a big deal. I don't know why he's trying to make it seem like it's a big deal.
What's the point? We could probably have a more meaningful conversation right now on this stream.
This is not a conversation, Phil. I mean, neither is me talking at him, but I'm not pretending it is. But this is not a conversation. It's just a monologue. And you get to cherry pick who you respond to, and you get to cherry pick whether or not you're going to respond to what they say in response to you. So, no, this is not a conversation. You just want a controlled environment to talk whatever you want to say and face no criticism and no pushback. That's what you actually want.
Then we could have if we met in real life. You understand that, right?
No.
Because if I'm at a convention and there's a line of people to meet me, you're going to walk up, say hello, shake my hand, take a picture, get an autograph. You're out of here. Here, we can actually talk and have a conversation back and forth. There's no real time constraint or problem here.
Really?
Right?
No.
I think it's easier to do it this way.
No, you completely lost your mind if you actually mean that.
You might say, well, you get an autograph. What's the point of an autograph? What does that do? What does that symbolize? What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. Anyone could just scribble their name on a piece of paper. Doesn't mean anything. I would think that right now, if you ask me a question.
Okay, if an autograph doesn't mean anything, then why did he give away his autographs with empty game boxes as a thing that means something, that is meaningful to somebody, and it has a lot of value, a sentimental value, if you will? Why would he do that? But now it doesn't matter.
And I gave...
And this is some of the funniest shit about DSP is that he uses every opportunity to grandstand on people and tell how much better than everybody else he is, while being beneath like 80 to 90% of people. Pretty crazy.
Give you 5 minutes of my time to answer your question. That would be more meaningful than you waiting in line for 2 hours at a convention to meet me, shake my hand, take a picture.
But Phil, nobody on this planet will wait 2 hours to meet you at a convention unless you're late by 2 hours. There's not going to be a line for Dark Side Phil that will want his autograph. There's not going to be people fanboying and fangirling over him. It's just going to be people that mock you and throw tomatoes at you because that's all you're worth. That's all you got. That's all it all boiled down to, is you being trash. Everything you've gone through it, all the experiences you've had, all the struggles you've had, all the videos that you've worked tirelessly on, all the stress you've gone through has ended up leading you here where you are garbage, and people trash talk you as a hobby. People shit on you as an entertainment medium. I guess thanks for that, Phil. That's all you're good for.
Sure, and get an autograph, and then you're out of there. Don't you think? So that's what I don't understand about the whole fan thing, the whole idol thing, the whole convention thing.
Which is kind of crazy, Phil, because your rabid fanboys pay your bills. So I kind of figured you would understand by now, because all those people that are legitimately obsessed with you to the point where they're going to lurk around and give you exactly as much money as you need, yeah, they pay your bills. They support you. So you actually should understand why they behave like this.
I just never understood it. I really didn't. Like, to me, the best part of a convention...
Because then, otherwise, you're trying to tell me that those people are giving you so much money for other reasons, such as financially dominating you, power tripping on you, and stuff like that. Which is bad.
Be going and learning, perhaps, about new games and things that were coming out. You know, if there's a panel where they're showing gameplay, they're explaining game mechanics of an upcoming game. That's kind of cool. Or getting hands-on with something for the first time. At E3, I got hands-on with a few games, right? Or at some conventions, they have artist alleys where you can actually see all kinds of cool arts and crafts and things. You can buy stuff. Gaming marketplaces where you can buy some retro games, right? Or stuff like that. Arcades, sometimes they had a big retro arcade. You could play a whole bunch of fun games. That, to me, is the fun part of a convention. Not, oh, I waited in line to see some guy.
Okay, but you can still do that, though. You don't have to wait in line.
Hi, he has no idea who I am, and he autographed something for me.
But why you hate those people so much? He's almost trying to make it seem like if you do that, you're stupid. If you like an actor where you're willing to wait a little bit to meet them, you're stupid. Because Phil doesn't get it. Dark Side Phil doesn't understand it. Therefore, you're an idiot.
What was the point of that? How much would I charge for signing someone's Steam profile page? Nothing. That's ridiculous. I mean, you're right, Eternals. The meaning is different to different people. You're right. For me, I guess the problem with me is if I don't see value in something, it's very hard to convince me to care about it or do it. You know what
Value is monetary, by the way. Benefit. It's not value, it's benefit. If I don't get something out of this, I'm not doing it.
I'm saying?
Sure, that's a very selfless thing to do.
And I see, like...
I really hope that's how he acts in his relationship with his wife as well. What's the fucking benefit? What do I get for taking you to the doctor? Just get a fucking Uber, you fat bitch.
No value. Did I go to certain...
What do I get out of this?
Of course I did, back in the day. And meeting fans, shaking their hands, and hanging out with them a little bit was kind of fun. All right? But quite frankly, it was very short-lived. That level of popularity and positivity that I had went away really quick.
You took it away from yourself. You cucked yourself out of being successful, Phil. Because you were never meant to be successful, and you never possessed the traits and qualities that would make somebody successful, either in a good way or a bad way. There's different ways of being successful and being wealthy, and you didn't have any of them.
With people on the internet being very toxic towards me.
Oh, yes, he is the victim, guys. Don't forget it.
Basically turning everything into a negative meme.
Aw.
And I feel like today that...
Why are you giving us so much ammo? There's like 5 things that happened since I started streaming 2.5 hours ago that could be turned into a meme.
Would never happen. If I went to...
And can stick around for legit weeks.
A convention, you'd have more people there trying to say, gee, how can we get a memeable moment out of Dark Side Phil?
Yeah,
right?
Of course. Because they're trying to get the value out of this interaction. For them, this is the value. This is the only value you offer. Because if, I don't know, think of a successful YouTuber. I don't know who does stuff like him. Maximilian Dude. If Maximilian Dude went to a convention, people would be thinking, man, I want to play a fighting game. I want to play a round of Street Fighter against Max. Or I want to ask him a question. they're not going to think about how can I meme on this guy and make fun of him and record him with my phone so I can have a shitpost meme video. No, because they just recognize that this is the value that you provide, is to be a punching bag, to be a cuck, and to be the doormat. So you're going to be used as a doormat, regardless whether or not you enjoy that.
How can we fuck with him, or how can we piss him off, or how can we do something
Sure,
make a viral
absolutely.
video out of, rather than, hey, I just want to meet Phil and have a nice conversation, maybe shake his hand?
Because your hands are fucking toxic, and nobody who has ever shook your hand has been better off after doing that.
You know what I mean?
He is like a human Sonichu medallion. And also, he is bad at having conversations that are not about him. He is bad at interacting with people. And there is no value in actually having the interaction go the way that he wants it to go. Zero.
That's what people do all the time on the internet. They're coming to chat trying to fish a comment out of me, trying to be dicks. I mean, I play a game that literally there's one room in Doom, the Dark Ages, where you have to play it differently because the entire room is a booby trap full of explosive barrels.
No, he played it wrong, by the way. Because then we got to see somebody else play it right. And he got proven wrong.
So I play it differently like everyone has to in that room.
No.
But then they clip me and say I'm bad at Doom.
No, the guy who does walkthroughs literally showed it in a completely different way.
What? But
What?
you have to play that room like that. There's
But Phil, don't you think if you are correct, somebody that doesn't know that you're a abrasive piece of shit would have corrected everyone and been like, well, actually, this is how you're supposed to play this room. And then that tweet would have got more likes than the other tweet because it's factually correct. But it wasn't, so it didn't happen like that.
no other way to play it because it's full of explosive barrels. Well, it doesn't matter. Take it out of context, and Darkside Phil's bad at games. That's what I mean. People
Darkside Phil is bad at games.
treat me like dirt, so I know
You deserve to be treated
it's
like
full of
dirt.
explosive barrels.
Which I very much appreciate that he is treated the way that I think he should be treated.
Try to do anything in real life.
And the people who treat him well, that's like the joke is on them. Like, you're a DSP's cuck. Enjoy.
At a convention or whatever, you get more just troublemaking assholes than you would get a positive influence. It was different back in the day. Back in the day, oh my God, Phil's going to a convention. Let's go to his panel. We want to talk to him. We want to hear about what.
Yeah, did you see the people actually talking to him? Like Ariad Lord. Yeah. Great, by the way. Great quality individuals.
projects he's working on, right? Want to shake his hand, hang out, play a few games, which is what we all would do. We go. I remember when they had the retro arcade, people were hanging out with it. We were all playing old games together. It was super fun. Why do people attend sports or concerts if they can watch on TV? Well, concert, you can argue it sounds differently.
Oh, and now we're getting into some stupid semantics because he's dying on this hill. And now he got called out and debunked, and he's going to defiantly go down with the ship, which is always great. I'm not complaining.
Yes, like a concert experience to actually hear it, be there in person versus play through digital speakers, digitized is a little different. Sports, well, I guess being a part of the crowd. Like, for example, I've been to a live WWE event. And to hear the roar of the crowd and be part of
Just turn up the TV real loud. Why don't you do that?
that.
Turn it up all the way. Put on some neck phones.
When something live is going down, feels a lot different than
But I think that people who like that are stupid. And Phil is stupid for going to a wrestling event and being there with a bunch of sweaty nerds and dorks who don't take showers and are annoying and are loud and obnoxious. I think he's fucking stupid. How about that?
if you're just sitting at home watching from, you know, your TV, especially when it's very hard to replicate that level of excitement and noise and attention that you get when you're there in a crowd in person. So I would argue it's the crowd aspect of replicating something. What we're talking about is a convention, just meet and greet. There's no crowd aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's freaking out, waiting in line to get an autograph. Super Bonchon says, think of all the merch you'd sell if you had a booth at a convention.
No. Really? Really?
Not much, because I had a booth at a convention selling Project 7 merch, and we didn't sell that much. We did not sell that much at all. Those shirts ended up being completely unprofitable, and I took a dive on them.
Yeah, because it's from a project, no pun intended, that no one really cared about at the time. It wasn't a mainstream thing. You're selling merch of a thing that's something that people don't care about. It's like me going to a convention selling fucking Swaycast merch. Of course, it's not an equivalent, but it gives you a good idea.
Because I financed them up front, and I didn't make my money back.
Yeah, you guys are dumb as fuck. Spending a bunch of money on some trash that you didn't know if anyone was going to care about it, and then no one cared about it.
I want Captain Kirk or Picard's autograph? No.
You should have just made less t-shirts and then sold them out and be like, dude, we sold out all the shirts. I'm sorry, guys. You need to wait for a restock. And that's going to make them more valuable. And people are going to appreciate them more because they sold out, which means that they are hype. It's just basic marketing.
I don't want anyone's autograph. I literally don't want anyone's autograph. I've gotten one autograph in my entire life. I was a kid, and I was into comic books, and I found out that at my local mall, there was going...
No, he has like a signed plaque of CM Punk winning something, I think. Like the longest WWE championship or something, whatever the fuck.
To be a comic book art.
He pretended to be a fan of CM Punk because CM Punk is a wrestler and he likes wrestling. And CM Punk's name in real life is Phil. And his name in real life is Phil. And also CM Punk sometimes has a goatee. And Phil sometimes has a goatee. Basically, he ripped off CM Punk entirely without his actual personality.
Missed that was going to be at the mall. I had no fucking clue who the artist was. Okay? And I went there and I bought a comic book and the artist signed the comic for me. And I had that for years. I had no idea who this guy was. I think his name was like Lem Straczewski or something like that. I don't know, you know? And to this day, I don't really care. I don't have the comic anymore. I've heard about this game called The Precinct, actually. Isn't it supposed to be like a cop simulator or something? Oh, that is true. Little Alex Horn says you also had the CM Punk plaque. I bought a plaque that was a commemorative CM Punk piece of merch that had a signature. I don't have that anymore. I don't even remember what it was. That was...
Yeah, because he's that big of a fan that he bought like a limited edition plaque and doesn't even remember what that shit was about. He's like legitimately the fakest fucking fan you can think of. He's the type of guy that you would see with a t-shirt of a metal band and you would actually be the annoying piece of shit that asks him to name 3 of their songs. Because you bet your ass he will not be able to. He's that much of a fucking fake-ass fan of everything. Everything.
Actually, I forgot.
Because back then, he was just buying stuff because he could. Literally. Literally. There's no other reason. He was buying stuff because he had the money coming in where he could afford, you know what, I'm going to buy this fucking stupid shit that makes me feel special.
Forgotten.
And then none of that was worth anything eventually.
Lem Strignewski is a legend above legends. Yes. Yes, Glitter Bomb. Exactly. Be sure to thank veterans and service members today.
By the way, the editing in this thing is crazy. It's almost like they, I don't know who and I don't know how, removed most of the dead air. Because now there's just a quick cut.
And to take a moment to think about those.
Which I don't know if he does that by like pausing the recording. Which I don't think he would do because it takes too much effort. Or somebody else is going in post and editing out moments of the stream. Which seems very time consuming. So I assume it's not Phil.
Who gave the ultimate sacrifice for the country. We did already talk about that on the show. But thank you for bringing it up again. Have I thought about playing Euden Chronicles? I'd be interested in it eventually, but remember, over the summertime, I want to play Suikoden 2 HD from the Suikoden spiritual successor. That's a more modern game, right?
Yo, he said successor.
I do, somewhere in the closet.
That's crazy.
I don't know where. It's somewhere in the closet. Len Straczewski? Maybe that's who it was. Someone says Len Straczewski wrote Starman after Roger Stern. Maybe it was Len Straczewski. That sounds kind of familiar, actually. Maybe that's who it was. But I was a kid and I had no idea who the guy was whose autograph I was getting. Do I think DLC Radon or Melania was harder? I would say Melania was harder because when you fight Melania in Elden Ring, she literally is on another level than everything else in the game. When you get to Radon, the boss of the DLC, you've seen some shit, including Melania. So you're kind of already on that level of expecting what he's going to throw at you. You know there's more than one phase. You know crazy stuff's about to happen.
I don't disagree, I guess. I understand what point he's
Everything
trying
else
to
in
make.
Elden Ring is easy compared to Melania, seriously. But then Radon, you kind of like have fought other tough stuff. Mozzie, thank you for a $5 super chat. He says, happy Memorial Day, everyone. Hope everyone is doing good and enjoying the day today. Thank you, Mozzie. That's our second content show. I don't know why. Some days we get great momentum. Today we have almost nothing.
Is gay. That is all.
Oh no, we got a gay accusation on this stream. Now, we only need the counter argument. So I guess
It would be great to get a little bit more before we start with
big up
here, because we're
Sindred
gonna start
calling Snood
momentarily.
gay.
Okay. Yes, I know.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Isn't it hilarious how everyone freaked out about the Trump tariffs, yet all the tariffs have been delayed? Everyone's, oh, prices are going to go crazy and everything. And then all the tariffs have been delayed, which is the whole point of tariffs to begin with, is that it wasn't ever going to go into effect. It was to play chicken with these other countries to get them to budge so that we could come to a more amicable agreement between us. The intention was never to start laying down insanely huge
Wait, what are we talking about politics?
prices worldwide.
Oh yeah, tariffs.
People like to freak out and be sensationalist media idiots.
Okay, well, tell me how it works in reality then. Let me know.
Rather than actually
How does it actually work? What are the idiots missing out on?
follow facts and, real meaning behind what's going on in politics.
It's just, okay, I love when he does that shit. People are stupid and wrong in many ways because they're idiots. How are they idiots and why? Well, if you weren't an idiot, you would be able to tell. That's the typical Twitter user reply. I'm telling you, this guy has Twitter brain. This guy thinks in tweets. He thinks in the way those terminally online people do. And I mean, I kind of see why. I fucking see why. Because he spends all his time on the internet. Every day he is being mind raped by trolls. Every single day. At least 60% of the messages in his chat are either so fucking brain dead that you cannot, that they probably better off not existing, or as somebody trolling him. And when you constantly consume this garbage, of course, it turns you into some troglodyte goblin, golem-like creature. And yeah, because that's what people on Twitter do. They tell you, you're fucking stupid for thinking this. And then you ask them, okay, then what's the reality? What is the educate me? And then they're like, no, you should just fucking Google it. I'm not gonna do your research for you.
Why?
It's damn, wow.
Slow mode and kick chat when there's usually 50 to 70 people in the chat. Because if I turn off slow mode, people will come in with 20, 30 bot accounts and just spam the entire chat. They already have. That's why. Did I hear Soul Calibur 2 will be on Switch too? Someone had said that, but isn't it just on the Nintendo Online thing, which means no online play? It's just, offline, so it doesn't really matter. All right, well, I think we're going to end the show. I want to say thanks. It was a chill show. Today, I'm eager to try
super chill
the G5 pad again and see how it works and see if it's...
What, is he getting angry about something? He kind of looks angry here.
It's like we're back. Are we okay now? That sucked. It looks like we're back now. Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah, he had a drop style moment. Let's see, maybe there is going to be something that happened in the last couple of days that I can talk about real quick, and then I'm out. Oh yeah, did I see him talking about the game journalists and Doom? I actually don't want to do that. I'm gonna piss me off too much. It's fucking annoying. Then the marathon got ruined. Oh my god. Then this boss fight in this. He tells a story about calling the army. This I just watched. And this is, oh my god, this is 45 minutes. It's gonna be mostly gameplay. Let's do that. Let's do this. Because this one has a great title. So this video is called DSP Goes Red as Fuck. Crashing out over chat laughing at his undershirt and bans kick viewers.
I want you to
I love the clothing crash outs. Okay, so here the problem is not the undershirt, it's the overshirt. It's absolutely trash. It looks like shit, and he shouldn't be using it. So this guy says,
All right, Sylvester Stallone, enjoy your ban. I've had ramen or, you know.
so let's start from the beginning. What did this guy say first? So he says, Phil, I'm not gonna lie, the FBI gonna be at your door with all of these forged credit card donations. Okay. PayPal and other platforms put a statement out last week about having the authority now to put channels on hold that are suspected of using fraud credit card donations. They could shut Phil down when he's not even had anything to do with it. No. No way. I don't know if this is true, but it's gonna get him super nervous. Because he already believes like half of his tips are sent by fake credit card owners.
All right, Sylvester Stallone, enjoy your ban. I've had enough.
That being said, I don't think it will happen. I'm not gonna hype myself up for this.
Seriously, you're just a fucking idiot. You're just a fucking mouth-drooling dunce, and I've had enough of your idiocy. So goodbye and don't come back. Keep your dollars.
Right now on KO Game.
I don't know, like, I don't even know what the point of, like, shitting on the guy verbally on stream and then banning him is gonna be. Outside of him just power tripping and acting like a tough guy. Unless he tells us, like, what the guy said that was so stupid that got him banned. Because, like, I didn't even know this guy existed in his chat. And he makes it very clear that he exists and names him specifically and then bans him. Wouldn't it be just much easier to just ban him? Just ban the guy and nobody will know he existed? But no, Phil needs to be the internet tough guy and shit on him first and call him some names that are not even going to bother him. But instead, he created a Memology 101 video.
I have over 5,000 subscribers. If half of those subscribers gave $1 a month, right? Which is nothing. What, a pack of gum? That would be a tremendous help to me.
Okay. Yeah, you guys should cut the shit on Kick. Sylvester Stallone literally on this podcast, first he's asking me for things I'm going to do on my day off, which he knows I can't talk about. Then he's saying, oh, did you hear about this thing that could personally hurt Phil? And by him talking about it, what he's trying to do is get attention for it, which then if it actually could hurt streamers, would hurt streamers. So why would he do that? He's an asshole. He's doing it on purpose. He's literally bringing up every negative thing. So no, he doesn't get forgiveness. He doesn't get his butt kissed. I don't care how many fucking stupid emotes you guys use in chat. He's an asshole. By the way, it's a sock account. If you don't know.
Okay, a sock account of who, though? Because then if it's not, unless it's a sock account of someone specific who matters, like, I don't know, fucking John Rambo or Andy Worski, then it's just a regular account. Like, I don't know what you're trying to imply here, that it's a troll? Of course it's a troll. It's a guy called Sylvester Stallone. Of course it's a guy fucking memeing on you.
Yeah, I know. I'm well.
It's a sock account. Okay. I mean,
aware. Kick is full of LARPers, meaning people who are on.
Oh, and now he knows what LARPers are and openly explains it. He didn't know like 6 months ago.
Stock accounts who are already trolls who get banned and they come back with new accounts and they're trying to pretend to be friends and shit. And then all of a sudden, it's funny. The funny part is when all of a sudden they all bring up exactly the same thing at once, as if they're all sitting in the same Discord server talking behind the scenes, and then they decide to say it on stream.
Are they? Do you have proof of that? Because that would be pretty easy to prove if you did. Because I guess detractor Discords are just open. You can just join them and exist in there. Where's the proof? Why don't you expose some people? But what are you exposing them of then? Like trolling you in your chat by calling you names or making memes about it in your chat? It's not even like anything bad. It's like they didn't commit a crime. They didn't conspire to hurt him. At most, they conspired to leave mean comments about him and get banned from his chat, which is, if you're hurt by this, Phil, that says more about you than it says about them. And I mean, maybe they are losers if they're going to sit around on fucking Discord. If this is true, and sit around on Discord and conspire about stuff, sure, they're bums, but so are you. Because you're the victim of that, and you actively get hurt by it.
Kind of weird, no? We got a LARPer. I got a $5 super chat from a LARPer. Hilarious. Well, thanks, LARPer, for $5. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to read the message because it's stupid. It actually is.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
Why do people make sock accounts? Well, there's two reasons. Okay, there's two reasons to make a sock account for a stream like mine. Reason number one is that you're a legit supporter. You're someone who actually likes my content.
That's the good sock account because they give the good money.
But you're well aware that people who support me in big ways, like let's say dropping a big member bomb or a big tip, that people tend to kind of come after them and harass them because people are weird on the internet and just obsessed with the fact that...
But what if the people that give you money are weird on the internet and it's other weird people going after them for being weird? I don't know, man, because it makes me... It's very hard to be on your side when I constantly hear everything interpreted in a way that you are completely a blameless victim and everybody else is trying to harass you and do like hate crimes against you and they want you dead and crucified. It's very hard for me to be on your side because I'm thinking there must be a reason for them to do that. They can't just be like sadistic weirdos because this guy is not that interesting.
Well, while they're not.
So I don't know.
I'm happy. They can't stand that. So they try to harass.
Oh, yeah. We're so seething that Phil is happy. Sure, because he looks super happy. He lost his shit like, what, 2 times already in this clip.
You see? So by using a sock account to do anonymous donations, like an anonymous tip or dropping 50 subs on Kick, but it's a name no one ever saw before, it protects your identity. No one knows who to associate that with, and who cares if they go harass that account? It's a dummy account they're never using for anything anyway. The other reason to use a sock account is because you're someone who already has been in a chat and banned a bunch of times for acting like an asshole, but you still want to keep coming in acting like an asshole. And a lot of the times these people conjugate with others who are assholes, right? I should say congregate, not conjugate. They congregate with others who are assholes on places like Discord, which is apparently the more and more I learn about Discord, the more I'm like appalled that people use Discord as just like degenerate community of people who are just fucked in the head doing disgusting things. I can't believe...
What is... Discord is a software. It doesn't inherently produce people or, I don't know, motivate people to be weirdos. They can be weirdos on private websites. They can be weirdos on Microsoft Teams. If you even want to believe it, they can be weirdos all over the place. I don't know why Discord itself is at fault for having a bunch of fucking weird people in it, which they do. Like, they are weirdos on Discord in general. They exist.
Some of the things I hear now. So, yeah, they sit there in their online communities on Discord, you know, laughing, joking, memeing, disgusting behavior because it's all toxic, negative internet bullying stuff. And then they talk about topics, say, oh, you got to go do this, say this in the stream and do this. And because they're on a sock account, they think that no one knows that it's them. They think
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What if they know it's them? It's some guy that's called like Whoopity Doopity on Discord. It's some guy. It's not anyone of merit or like a popular person. So therefore, them having a sock account doesn't matter.
They'll never figure it out.
It would matter if, for example, Steve would make a sock account to A-log ALT. That's in instances in which it would matter. But making a fucking sock account to make fun of DSP when you're just some random guy, or even if I was doing it, it doesn't matter.
Who I am, because it's a new account or a sock account, right? Zangief says, yeah, after I gifted you last week, people kept following me on Kick and harassing me, but it's not my main account, so I don't care. That's what I mean.
What do you mean harassing me? They were in your DMs saying words that you didn't like?
I would strongly...
I don't like just calling everything harassment. Because it's the fucking bread tubers and the libtards that started this shit. Where they're calling everybody that retweets you and calls you a poopy head. That's harassment. You're being harassed right now. For me, harassment is something that you would call the cops over. That you would alert the authorities.
Recommend anyone who's actually going to support me in some way, you should not have any public facing account that has real information about you, You should protect your identity online. You should always do that. Like, just in general.
Yeah, like Phil. Phil is great at protecting his identity online. That's why all his shit ggets hacked and leaked.
In general, everyone should be doing that anyway. But in no
all his
you're
shit.
doing anything positive towards me, understand that there are actually mentally ill people stalk me and my followers and my viewers and stuff.
And your family.
Right?
And Cat.
Yeah, it's just a good strategy.
And Jasper.
You know, don't open yourself up to online stalking. And
yeah, you should be just as paranoid and nervous and anxious about stuff as Phil. Especially if you're a weird degenerate that has some shit to hide. Probably you should keep it hidden. If you're Darziak, you should delete all your networks and everything.
Harassment by using accounts. Like, for example, if you have an active YouTube channel that you use all the time for stuff, never use that channel to contribute to me. You know what I'm saying?
Why? Why not?
Tip, never tip with your real name. Never tip with an account that's another account online that you want to use, right? Never do that. Make up new names, make up new things, because that's the way to protect your identity. It's just the best way to go about things with these nut jobs on the internet.
It's full-grown men who actually have time in their day to continue to hate on you. It's such a depressing life that people live. Please, see someone. A doctor, a psychiatrist, anyone who's a DSP. Everyone would benefit.
The viewers on Kick are saying, your undershirt is too long. I'm talking about...
Oh no, it's the undershirt saga.
I'm talking about the awesome games I'll be playing and the games I'm playing now. Planning for an awesome marathon. This is what you're thinking about. This is your major focus in life right now, is the length of my undershirt.
Is it their major focus right now?
Westside, bad boy killers, you know.
I don't think so. I think they're just mentioning it and you don't like them mentioning it. So you're trying to make it like it's unreasonable to mention it. You're trying to gaslight them. Actually gaslight them.
Maybe there might be something wrong
with me?
Perhaps
that I noticed that your shirt looks weird?
Perhaps that's not normal human behavior.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you listen to Dark Side Phil, the weird freak addict, sheltered individual. You listen to the hermit about normal behavior.
That you're so obsessed with my undershirt that I'm wearing on the stream? You think perhaps that could be something? There's a word for that? Perhaps there's like a diagnosis.
What, they're autistic?
That kind of behavior.
That's kind of a weird projection, Phil, considering you're the guy who everybody calls autistic and has a bunch of evidence pointing towards that.
Here.
But no, some random guy in chat that pointed out that his shirt is weird, that guy's autistic. And he can't even actually say that, but because he's scared. Because he's got so many people watching him who are autistic. And they relate to him because they've convinced themselves that he is autistic.
That maybe would be accurate to describe it. And that perhaps, you know, when you hyperfixate on something that's completely pointless and meaningless and trite, but you just can't stop
hyperfixated
on it for some weird...
Just mentioning it, just saying it. Just saying, Phil, your shirt looks weird. You're obsessed with it now.
It's the most important thing to the world to you, even when it's not the focus point of attention and no one else is talking about it, but you just can't help but hyperfixate on something so inconspicuously unimportant.
Look at him. This guy is totally autistic.
In the world? Do you know what I'm talking about? You think there might be a name for something like that? Do you think we can figure it out? Anyway.
Okay. You did it, though. You did it, though.
He got so... Oh, how are you going to get so mad over this?
I am fine with my clothes. In fact, they're very comfy.
No, you're not. You're not fine with anything, any part of your identity, because the moment it becomes made fun of, you change it immediately and you pretend like it didn't happen. Because him wearing these clothes is a direct result of low-tier God making fun of him and telling him to focus on his sexy. And he was seething for months, and then eventually he started focusing on his sexy. And his background, and him renaming his podcast, blah, 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 so many things are a direct result of Keemstar making fun of him, his trolls making fun of him, Kino Casino making fun of him, even Review Text USA making fun of him.
This is a bamboo shirt. Yes, this is a shirt made mostly from bamboo fibers, which makes it incredibly stretchy, but also incredibly cooling. It's like a wicking shirt. It wicks moisture, but also it just keeps you cool. It's very aerated undershirt. I really like it. This shirt, I used to wear buttoned. The reason that I'm not going to wear buttoned anymore is because it's got this, it was mismanufactured, basically. This right here is supposed to fold over, so when the shirt's buttoned, it looks good. But look what happens.
Okay, and now we get into a pig explanation. He doesn't care about it at all, by the way. Not insecure about it whatsoever. That's why we have to explain exactly why it works like this.
Get it? To not do that?
Uh-huh.
They mismanufactured it. The button actually should have either been lower or that shouldn't have been that long. So basically, whenever I tried to wear this shirt and I would button it, it would look bad because this thing would be flapping over like that and I can't stop it.
Yes.
You see?
Maybe you should just take it off. Why don't you just sit there in like a generic t-shirt? Like, why not?
Your shirt then, right?
Why do we have to do a weird dress-up thing?
That's as
so people can compliment your appearance.
thought as I gave to it. It's kind of annoying. It won't button right. I'll just put an undershirt on then. That's fine. Oh no, we're going to hyperfixate.
But now you're hyperfixating on allegedly someone hyperfixating on it. Because you made this into a segment. This was just some random person's comment in the chat, which is something that I can do right now. I can pick anybody in the chat and take their comment and talk about it for like 10 minutes.
On Phil wearing an undershirt and talk about his undershirt being too long. How about stop being fucking obsessive and weird and
obsessive and weird?
That doesn't matter. No one should care about this.
Can you say that that Phil is autistic about Neil Druckmann? Because he's pretty hyper fixated on Neil Druckmann and pretty obsessed with Neil Druckmann. In his what was that? His man scarf that he wears. Come on, man! It's so easy to flip him on him. It's so easy.
Why are we even talking about it? Oh, I've tried everything. Enriel Roy says, did you try ironing the flap down? I tried ironing the shirt. I tried steaming the shirt. I tried...
But I thought you don't care. Why would you put so much effort into this small wrinkle detail that no one should care about, by the way?
Streams, I put a freaking clip on the shirt to try to hold it in place. I'm just... it's too much effort for a stupid shirt. I like the shirt, but it's too much effort for a shirt that I'm wearing on a gamer stream. I'm not some kind of a fucking fashion model coming out here. I'm not on Hollywood. I don't have 5,000 paparazzi who are filming me to put me on the front page of Vogue.
But they're just saying that the thing you're trying to do, which is wear this shirt, is bad. Like, you're doing it badly. That's all they're saying. They're not saying that you're supposed to be in, like, a three-piece suit or a tuxedo.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be in a tabloid.
No one expects you to be like that. No one whatsoever, ever.
So I said enough of this annoying...
If you didn't care, you wouldn't be talking about it for so long.
Thing. I'm just going to wear an undershirt on it. I don't give a shit.
Okay, it's still going to look like shit.
But no, I really didn't expect that we would have very, very hyper-focused people over on Kick talking about the length of my undershirt.
Why do you attract so many autistics, DSP? That's a legitimate question. Why? Why then? Why are so many of you trolled autists? And they don't troll somebody else, but they troll specifically you. Could it be that real recognizes real? I don't know. I gotta go get tested, I guess. What do you need to do to get tested for autism? I think I should just do like a random online quiz. So anyways, thanks everybody for watching. I think this is it. We made it to 3 hours yet again. We padded out this bullshit. So I'll be back next time. Keep it real, keep it flat, and stay sway. Young out.